Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Minnesota RØKKR co-stream. It's me, Ashley, aka MiDNiTE, back with IKON. We're going to be watching the LA Thieves versus Minnesota RØKKR match. This is such a massive match. So many implications, so much craziness, roster changes, everything going on, even leading up to this one. IKON, just wow. The stakes for this match are not only high, but even with the roster change coming up, or actually that happened just recently, it makes this one even tougher. So do you want to give like a little bit of clarity to those who may not follow super closely, like what's going on with LA Thieves, and what are the implications of the match here today?
Yeah, so it seems like we find ourselves over and over again in just these massive spots with a ton of stuff on the line. When it comes to LA Thieves, I think it's pretty safe to say that over the last couple weeks, they really haven't been performing as well as at least that organization probably wants them to. And they had both Slasher and Hugh on their bench, which is just absolutely nutty to think about. And they went ahead and they put them back in. So they benched Venom and Draza, replaced them with Hugh and Slasher, and we'll see how it works out. I think if you look at their roster as a whole, this is probably the roster that they wanted to have way back in the beginning, because if you remember, it was Slasher, Kenny, and TJ, and they were kind of looking for that fourth as, you know, to be like that main SMG, and not quite sure they were able to really get the person that they wanted. I know that was actually a point in time when Priesta was a name that you always heard as a potential option for them to fill that fourth spot, which he ended up coming to Minnesota. But as it looks right now, they're able to get Hugh, fill him in. And the question at this point in time is, are they going to have an insane honeymoon period? We all know that obviously they are just experienced, laden veterans. And with land right around the corner, you would probably think that this is a good time for them to make that move, because they have a match or two this weekend. They can get a little bit of experience under their belts just playing together, and then go to the LAN and see what happens. If you know, you think about the environment as a whole, I think it's pretty safe to say that these are four players that the moment will not be too big. They'll probably come out and shred. So we'll see what happens. On the other side of that is these four players, I mean, really every combination that the Thieves roster has put together this year has, I think most people would agree, has underperformed. Not that they've been playing terribly. If you look at the standings, they're sixth in the standings. So it's not like, you know, they're in 11th place and they're in jeopardy of not making champs and stuff like that. No, like they're there at sixth, but I just feel like there was such high expectations for them, and they just haven't really been able to live up to that so far this year. And we'll see if this next iteration of their roster is what lives up to it, or if they go ahead and make more changes after this one.
Yeah, it's going to be honestly crazy to see. Like, we're basically looking at the LA Thieves. They basically got them into sixth place in the first place, right? Because they've not been doing so well lately. They had, I think the starting roster for the beginning of the year was Slasher, Kenny, TJ, and Draza. So now you have that core three back, and instead of Draza, they've got Hook, which Hook is such an insane player, such an insane talent. But he'd gotten, traded to LA Thieves previously. They played, like 2-3 matches, maybe 4 tops matches with him. Decided to make another change, and then after that, didn't do well, decided to make this change. And so they've just kind of been all over the place in terms of like who's on their roster and what's really going on there. But I will say, you're looking at this roster on paper, the LA Thieves roster, and it's like, geez, dude, like that's intense, man. All those guys are really so individually, they're top class players, but are they going to be able to work together, the way that they want to? It seems like the coaching staff, and I don't know if this is the case, but it seems like they have a certain way that they want their team to function and operate. It's very particular with what players are going to fill into that. So it'll be interesting to see if, that can be the case. Slasher is incredible, like probably one of the like top top Call of Duty players of all time. But I don't think that he has actually been playing in challengers in all of this, time on the bench. So I'll be interested to see how he plays and, slots back into stuff. He's obviously a really talented player, and I'm sure he'll do all right. But it's worth noting when you have players like Major Maniac who got benched and then come back into the starting lineup, he didn't just hang out. He was playing in challengers every week, getting a ton of tournament reps, which is always, always helpful. So we'll see what LA Thieves is really looking like. But honestly, and I mean, I talked with the coaches, earlier yesterday on whatever day it was. Every day is the longest. It was very recently, like yesterday or the day before, I spoke with the coaches. And I was like, yeah, like, how are you guys feeling about the match? It's kind of crazy that LA Thieves had this big roster change, right? I think even Coach Brian tweeted, it sucks when you spend your whole morning watching film of your opponent and then they make a roster announcement right after. So it's like their LA Thieves strategies might change. But, they basically said, I remember Brian said, we just have to play to our strengths. Like we can't, be bothered about who's on their roster, who's not on their roster. I mean, at this point, it's kind of been a revolving door for LA Thieves. So it's a good point. Just focus up on what your strong suits are. I think, the RØKKR guys, they've been pretty inconsistent on Hardpoint this year, but I will say, other than that loss to Seattle, they've been looking at, a little bit better each time we see them. So I'll be looking forward to seeing if that's still the case. And I'll be looking forward to just seeing, like, this is a big test for us this weekend. If we win, this is no matter what, if we win either this match or the match against Atlanta FaZe tomorrow, we will be in the winner's bracket for Stage 4 Majors LAN. That's right, baby. Next week is LAN. I'm so excited. But if we lose both of those matches today and tomorrow, we're in the loser's bracket, and you do not want to start in the loser's bracket on LAN. You want to go in there with your head held high, feeling, the best possible momentum that you can feel. So I'll be curious to see how this one goes. This is this is the biggest weekend of the stage for us. Huge test, and I'll be excited to see how the guys do. Let's take a look at the maps here, IKON. So I'll go through, like, the vetoes, I guess. Well, no, let's go through the maps first. We'll go through vetoes after. So we got Hardpoint on Garrison, Search and Destroy on Standoff, Control on Garrison, Hardpoint on Moscow, and Search and Destroy Miami. Tell me, like, what are your first impressions there of those maps, and, like, what's kind of the head-to-head record, not head-to-head record, sorry, but just overall record for those maps looking like for either team? Did we get shaded in the veto process, or did we do all right?
Yeah, the maps, but so my first glance at this is that the maps are not the most favoriting maps that we've had so far this year. And I will say, when it comes to that, that's kind of how this entire stage has been. We've been seeing a lot of different maps and modes being thrown in, and against the teams that we should beat, like Paris and Seattle, those maps have worked out for us. But if you go through it, Hardpoint on Garrison, we're 3-6, LA Thieves is 5-2. So at first glance, that obviously doesn't look great. But those maps that we've played recently on Garrison have been very close. And again, this is an entire new roster. They just replaced 50% of their roster. So how much does that 5-2 record for them really mean? I guess we'll find out. Map 2, Standoff, we've only played it once, and it was not pretty against Optic. They've played it once, and they got a victory. So with such a small sample size for both squads, that can obviously change one way or another. Normally, it takes like 7 or 8 times of playing a map before you really find out, like, okay, we're comfortable on this one, or we should try to avoid this at all costs. Next is Control on Garrison. We're 4-3. They are 1-4. And I think this was a really important map to get here. Yes, they went ahead and they vetoed Raid Control, which we're 10-5 on, but the other 2 maps, so Checkmate, they're 7-3, and Raid, they're 7-6. So this is a map that even if for some reason we come out and we lose the first 2 maps, you could very easily see, we've seen it multiple times before this year, where, okay, we're 0-2, we can go to Control, we can get that map 3, get it back to 1-2, gain some momentum and composure, and then just work towards a reverse sweep. I don't know, or I don't think that'll necessarily be the case, but it's always good to win that map 3 veto when it comes to control. And then Hardpoint on Moscow is map 4. We're 2-6. They're 5-5. Again, another set of records that doesn't go in our favor, but it is what it is. Just like I said earlier, you don't know how much their 5-5 will hold true. And then S&D Miami were both 4-4. So a good place to end.
Yeah, not gonna lie, this starting really creeped up. Usually they go over the keys to victory for like 5 years, but it looks like map 1 is getting freaking started, baby. Come on, let's go. RØKKR, come on. This is a huge match, guys. We win. We're in winner's bracket. We lose. We live to fight another day tomorrow. We'll discuss that then, but let's bring the energy. Give me the vibes, chat. IKON and I'll be back after the Hardpoint to break it down, and we'll see you guys then.
Opportunity to get back in the action for the CDL. You know that he is absolutely a player that has been going through it in challengers.
Like, I know we didn't start until after
that he wants to make an impact straight off the rip.
There was like
see if he can make it happen on Garrison.
So amount of challenges.
I guess they just kept it brief.
Either a very strong individual or a chrysalis of a man. So far, TJ manages to get himself a nice 3 off the rip. A shot punch was in there as well. It's TJ, maybe in his PJs. Looking mighty fine right off the rip here. Early time going the way of RØKKR, but the Thieves have bounced back in a nice way, and TJ still doing a good bit of work here, locking down mid-map. See all these angles he has to watch here. He's doing a magnificent job so far. Wins another one. That's 4 in a row now for TJ. Good start. We do have RØKKR back on the point.
And I would say great patience as well, right? He knew Standy was somewhere around that truck for the longest time, but didn't overcommit and is finding the kills. And you need the man to step up, and he's thinking about score streaks after just the first hill. 5-0 already, and his teammates picking up all the kills. He gets to be the roaming slayer, and even though he gets dropped, you see at the very least his teammates have secured the rotation over towards P2. And fun enough, you start out 5-0, and you're still down by 20 points. So RØKKR certainly making the best of a bad situation. Is attached right now, trying to think about how to bully his way through the back of the map.
We'll try it done. Use the rotation. Attached, and I'm going to make much more happen up front. TJ, he'll do the best he can, but he can't win that second gunfight as well. MiDNiTE manages to catch a Kenny. Oh, it's a slasher as well. Just like that, Hardpoint flips. We're going to see the members of RØKKR now in control. Nades are out and about. No trophies just yet to be seen, but we're all sweet for now as MiDNiTE blind face plants into the brick wall. You know, a couple of bullets there from TJ. The battle still continues, chance. We still have RØKKR in a bit of a, I would say, a decent position, but there we go. The final kills are done. Thieves with the next 15.
I mean, I would say in a very solid position, right? I mean, you had TJ streaking out. He picks up 3 kills straight off the rip. You end up P1 with, what, a 20-second lead. Now you got to deal with the team that's get the full setup for the actual rotation over towards the next hill. They break through with ease. Effectively tied up going into the new hill, but now for RØKKR, this is their first real attempt at locking down any sort of money hill. You see all of the pressure being poured on Green Alley in the middle of the map. Slasher, TJ, and Kenny trying to work their way through, but meanwhile, Prisa just actually hanging out inside the hardpoint, collecting all of this time.
Well, you got the hardpoint time going the way of RØKKR, but I know what the fans want. The fans want to hear the comms of the new LA Thieves, so we're going to give them just that. Time to go to a quick Astro Gaming listen-in with Los Angeles Thieves.
What's Lopite doing?
In mid
Middle, absolutely.
Absolutely dead. I got him for you. Yep. Make sure you get in there.
Pie down weak.
Alright. Don't challenge me mid.
Front two front. I got one.
Nice,
Austin.
What's front? I need a plat.
He's still plat.
They
might push out you, Preston.
I got
I'll get time.
I got
They might push out you.
I have you right now. They give me plat, bro. They give me plat.
I flash you.
One's crossing
I flash
you, I think.
I
Flashing you, full flash you.
I full flash too.
One's crossing back left for sure.
Hey.
One guy's outside. I got stuck.
And you
After you.
One shot. After you.
You already cast stairs.
In mid.
You hopped up full mid.
They're time. Yep.
I spawn man.
Alright. Yeah, we spawn garage.
On time.
Light,
set.
Where's
back?
Top green, picking cat. Top green, cat.
I'm seeing cat. I'm mid. There's two
Top
mid.
green, president.
On top,
That one. It's 2 rails. I got one shot deal on top. Absolutely no catches. He's so one shot on top. To your left, color. Close left. That's my catch somewhere.
I'm just finding my life.
I needed top green. Yeah,
someone get time.
I can't get time.
Score.
Yo, he's mid.
Top green major.
Gotta kill
Top green
Standy.
major. Okay. Top green major. I spawned.
Two on time.
I'm about to hit this with you. I need a timer.
Top left cat. Catchers. In rails.
Yeah, I'm looking rails.
Mid tank.
Charles, they may not have the lead, and it starts to get a little more dangerous now for the Thieves, but I will say their comms, man, they sound passionate. They sound locked in. They sound like they're trying to bring it. I mean, even if RØKKR win in this match, I loved what I heard there.
I mean, you know, the comms are good. They're keeping track of the fact that Scandy is, you know, getting score streaks against them, but they're having problems with the actual gunfights in this setup. Certainly, it is the same sort of theme. They're getting picked apart. I mean, even to start that, like the trash hill on P4, I mean, you have what? Kenny down low trying to lock down you, and the player just slide past and get towards the catwalk. The setup's not super clean, and you're going to have to deal with score streaks, and you're still going to have to deal with Standy. 14 kills to his name, and if he's killing like that, he's going to be a hard man to stop.
He was one bullet away from taking care of Kenny as well. Now attach. Open field him and just cleave his way through the members of LA Thieves. Hardpoint time still going their way. They've got less than 20 now on this one, and it's going to go their way unless TJ can make the play. Here he goes. And he's going to find the kill. TJ's going to get himself on the point. Nice late minute recovery there from the LA Thieves. Now they've got to make their way back over towards P1. We've seen the full cycle of hardpoint rotations now come to a close. Back to the center we go. MiDNiTE trying to find one. Trade's going to be there. A slasher on the receiving end of the kill. Standing into the hardpoint. Once again, LA Thieves now looking for the break. And it's going to be Hook getting involved from upstairs. Attached now from down low. Looking to take care of Hook. And the kill feed is starting to go red. Another decent engagement swing there, and TJ sadly gets a bit of a team kill, but chance LA Thieves slowly but surely getting back into this.
And Thieves really need to pour the pressure on this hill as well, because keep in mind they're going to be dealing with the artillery on P2. So whether or not you get the early rotation, not going to make a difference, and maybe a player pushing up a little bit too far because Priesta ends up spawning all the way out. An opportunity again for him to make the big plays in the hardpoint. He has found his way behind enemy lines, and well, Slasher sniffs him out. And it looks like, at least for the early on pressure for this P2 hill, Thieves are going to be there. Unfortunate for them, though. One, they're down by about 100 points. And two, again, the artillery in the back pocket of Standy to try to break through this new hill. I think the idea for the RØKKR, once you get some clearance, maybe try to get up top green, then call the thing in. But unfortunately for them, they've had to deal with Hook towards the middle of the map, who's just been picking them apart before they can even get there.
So here we go. Decent rotation already. Here comes the streaks you mentioned, Chance, and there's not going to be a lot of players in position for this one. Stanley's going to be very selective with the targets. Out of the map they'll go. Well, you know, TJ's going to stay inside bricks. Flasher though, oh, from upstairs. Not able to get much more. TJ though, trying to find these kills. Stanley's up next. Patch on the pinch. Nice kills still, but you've got Hook on point. Hook v Standy, and he manages to win the fight. There we go. Hook's now got the hard point alive and kicking. And slowly but surely, Chance, Thieves fighting their way back into this one. Nice shots, big kill as Hook, ooh, baby, stays alive. Slash is there to back him up. The new boys looking good on the map so far.
And I gotta say, I don't think that was a good artillery use at all, right? There's like the meta game of where you need to drop the artillery bombs because players start to hop off the map, but you didn't even get the clearance on the point. Slasher just gets to stand out in the open in a corner for free, and he finds the first kill to open up the break. So I think somewhat of a wasted streak, and that is the good news for the Thieves. Bad news is you're going back to the money hill where last time RØKKR got the full 60. You got standing inside the hard point, standing next to attached, just waiting for the gunfights to come to them. Who decides to take the one-on-one, slides straight into death, and now his teammates got to say, well, where are we supposed to go after this? Because they're getting picked apart too. This has been the hill for Minnesota, where they have just completely taken over the game, and with 30 seconds left, they have accrued themselves a massive lead.
A big lead here. Hook trying to make the play in from behind, but not able to get much going there. Priest is going to push the front line out as much as he possibly can. Ball being dropped, and Standy once again locking down the point. MiDNiTE backing him up. It's been a fantastic hard point now for RØKKR. Over towards the trash cans we go. Center of the map. LA Thieves with the early setup here. They're going to be able to take on the fight as and when it comes from the RØKKR, but will they be able to get all those kills? Kenny finds the first. Hook, couple of tags, a couple of tickles in on the side here. As RØKKR now mounting the offensive, making their way forward. You see Hook now, hard point time going his way, looking to stay alive for as long as he can as the rest of the squad find their kills. Good stuff so far. Slasher finds two. Able to get any more, it'd be sweet, but chance the time going the way of the Thieves so far.
Yeah, a lot easier to hold that darker U, if I think is what the Thieves call it, when you're actually on top of the catwalk with the AR. Solid stuff so far. First 20 seconds go their way, and Hook continuing just to put down some damage, make the gunfights that much easier for his teammates. And once again, either he's winning them or the teammates are clearing it up for him. A lot of this time has gone their way, and maybe an opportunity for Thieves to try to get back into this game. One more wave of gunfight to keep these players at bay and get a nice easy rotation. They have chipped away at this lead, and the clearance still on point.
Whoa.
And again, this is it. Like 3 down, able to get the setup, a rotation, still down by about 60. But Thieves certainly fighting back, and Kenny, the artillery, he secured it.
Ew, one more, and he's going to get himself to the cruisy woozy. One perfect hard point from RØKKR over by number 3 to the 4th, which was perfect for Thieves. You'd love to see it. Back and forth we will go. This kill for Kenny's going to be big. Full streaks will be his. That's nice. Very helpful now. Going into the next one. And again, you've got those players now spawning on that left-hand side of the map for RØKKR. Kenny's going to stay alive for now. Those players pushing their way in towards the hard point. Huke was the player on point. Now dropped. The clock will stop. Ticking in favor of the LA Thieves. Now to RØKKR, though. They're going to start getting into the point, and all chance they could get it done here. 25 for the win. There's 30 left in the point. They could honestly do it. Kenny's going to go big with the streaks.
And just purely out of desperation as well, Attach One gets forced just to back down. Even Priest that wins a gunfight before he gets dropped. And well, you might have the information that the players are coming out of you, but you still don't have any actual map pressure, and you try to get to the hill, you got to deal with Attach. Stuck in their spawn is the Thieves, trying to fly their way forward. And maybe the good news is you don't lose on this hill, but the problem is you got to get to the next one. Not a ton of pressure at all, and maybe a desperation artillery to try to make something happen. But 4 seconds away, RØKKR get this win. And maybe unfortunately for them, well, Stanny, the last one standing, Thieves, I mean, tooth and nail that they are fighting, but this is such a difficult spot to be in.
Oh, I was going to say, Stanny maybe making a play here. Kenny, oh, the contest. It comes to a close, and now you've got RØKKR in the point. That's that. One decisive kill was all it took. Minnesota RØKKR start the series off strong. The win there on Garrison, Hardpoint. Thieves, it was a mighty comeback indeed. Solid individual plays out of Kenny. We saw some good plays all around, but at the end of the day, RØKKR came out swinging too hot out of the gates. Difficult comeback to mount when they had such a massive point lead working in their favor. Still chance. I've got a good feeling about this series, mate. I think we're going the distance. And I sure as hell hope so. Start,
I mean, potentially so, but I gotta say for RØKKR, I mean, even off the rip, just making the best of a bad situation. You lose the opening break. TJ's picking up 3 pieces, looking for streaks, and you turn that into a 20-point lead. You go into a P2 hill where Thieves have the full setup. You break through it like.
Let's freaking go, Icon. We talked about our map record on Hardpoint Garrison being 3-6. Well, we're 4-6 now, baby. Let's go, man. What did you notice about that map? Obviously, we got out to a really good lead. Started looking a little sus at certain points, but the boys closed it out.
Yeah, we did a nice job of scrambling down towards the end. I will say, I think we might have gotten blessed, maybe just a tiny bit. Second set of rotations there, they had P2 locked down. We started to rotate over towards P3. Huke went over through P4 through garage. He was able to get a 2-piece. He got both players that were all the way on the right-hand side of the map towards P3, and we actually spawned directly behind him in garage. Biggest reason why that happened is because the LA Thieves players that were dead ended up spawning to the left of P2, but we very easily could have spawned as a squad to the left of P2. Huke cleared out that back area, so if they would have gotten that spawn for P3, that would have been probably a 30 or 40 point swing in either direction. So could have been much closer, but we've been on the wrong side of some of that this year. So we'll go ahead, we'll take it. And overall, down towards the end, like we were just talking about before we went live, I didn't ever really feel comfortable, even though we were up 40 or 50 points there towards the end. Just that's the problem with that roster, is that even though Huke and Slasher and those guys haven't played in a while, Huke or Kenny, or we've seen TJ go like 12-0 in an S&D. So each of those guys have the ability to just go off and win a map by themselves. But luckily, we were able to hang in there. Standy had a really good map, and that's what we need. Even in S&D, like we're going to Standoff here, he really does have to control the middle of the map, that bottom brown area right in the middle courtyard there. So if he can just keep up the pressure and winning a lot of those gun battles, I think that's what will put us in better shape there.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good to start off with such a lead, but Hardpoint in general, and especially on Garrison, you chain a couple hills together, and you are right back in that thing. And that was a little bit in danger at different points from LA Thieves, but I think Hook got off to a pretty slow start. I think he went 1-7 or 1-8, something like that. But then he turned it up, right? He went back. I think he got to like 12-11 or something like that pretty quickly after that. So I was gonna say, before we ran out of time there before the map started. This feels like very much like a 2-3-5 matchup where you think you have the best shot at winning, search and destroy control, and the hard points are kind of, could be chalked. But hey, the last, we love starting up 1-0 here at RØKKR. We haven't started up 1-0 very much this year at all. So this feels great. And especially going into search and destroy, I know we got schmopped on it the last time we played Optic on Standoff, but that was a few weeks ago. I do think that versus Paris and Seattle, RØKKR's S&D looked a little bit better. So hey, we'll see. And I will say, obviously, all the players on LA Thieves are super talented, seasoned vets. But if you're going to have 2 new players come into your roster and one of them hasn't even been competing in challengers, what's your S&D look like? That's going to be the toughest mode, in my opinion, for them to overcome. I hope I did not just jinx us and we're going to get hopefully not smoked on search and destroy. But hey, man, it would feel great to be able to go up 2-0 in the series and really just take over. Also, I'm not sure why they're playing this moment from last year, but it is one of my favorite competitive Call of Duty moments of all time. The comeback on Hackney Yard, Hardpoint, RØKKR beats Dallas by 3 on LAN. Incredible moment. I'm so excited for LAN to come back next week, guys. If you guys don't know, the stage 4 majors is going to be on LAN next week, the 17th through the 20th. And this match we're playing now versus LA Thieves, we win it, we're in the winner's bracket. We lose it, we're in the loser's bracket next week. We don't want to be there. We want to have that one loss cushion up in the winner's bracket. So, hey, man, it all starts, with map 1, which we did really well, but we need to finish strong. So, let's see. I know, like I said at the beginning, Coach Saint and I was talking to Saint and Reppin the other day, and they were like, yeah, like we're just gonna play our game. Like obviously, it sucks when you've been studying an opponent and they make they change 2 of their players, which sometimes you hit a honeymoon period, or it kind of just. You come out with the fire when you have a new roster set up like that, but I don't see a honeymoon period right now. And they just put the S&D struggles on the screen for you. This feels like a big jinx moment. I'm like, yeah, like, we got this search and destroy, and like you don't know, man, it's not over till it's over. So let's hope that the guys can keep the momentum going into Standoff. I know we got whooped by Optic on it, but what do you think like the boys need to do to just solidify the map 2 victory on Standoff?
Yeah, SMGs have to play really big here. You mentioned the loss, and the only time that we've played this so far against Optic, and the biggest reason why that happened is because Envoy over and over again, round after round, was able to hit flanks and get behind us in positions where we didn't necessarily expect him to be. So SMGs are critical here, whether it's controlling middle of the map or hitting flank routes over towards gas station on the left-hand side of the map. Both of those are super important. And then when it comes to your main AR, Major Maniac is going to have to win a lot of those long-range gun battles right in the middle of the map against Slasher.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. One of my favorite search and destroy maps of all time, Standoff, coming up next. Guys, we'll be back after the search and destroy to break it down. Let's go, RØKKR. Bring the energy, chat. Let's go.
Double search team. How do you think today's going to go?
RØKKR seems a team to me where, like, unless, like if Sandy's going off and having a pop-off game, they just play very, very well, but they are still beatable if you're just able to outplay them. So if the guns are hot, you can certainly take them down, but if not, RØKKR are just going to punish you time and time again. Nice flashes off the rip, maybe from either player right there, just to spot out for the information. By the way, Priest right next to Hook, but Hook ends up getting that win. First blood for the Thieves.
Andy. Oh, can't quite get them both. Hook finds his second of the round. Change of gunfire downstairs. Attaches in trouble. Major Maniac now to bring the help forward. Hook's still alive. Slasher on the flank. Nice timing. There's one. Oh my god. Doesn't finish the kill. Hook though. Kill number 3. The ace! As the nuke is back, baby! Nice opening round from the Thieves.
Ooh, gun might not be hot for Slasher right now, but Hook, the cleaning and wrecking crew, maybe just calculated from Slasher. Knows how many kills that Hook might be able to get, and is like, you know what, we're 1 round in. Maybe already think about some score streaks. So Slasher, the big brain, right? Misses a couple bullets just to set his teammate up, but I'd say perfect start. I mean, if I'm Hook, I'm grabbing that bomb. Maybe trying to think about, you know, planning it, getting some extra points, thinking about the score streaks. Maybe not, just give it to Kenny. See if he can work his magic over towards A.
With a delightful start in that first round. What's he going to do now in round number 2 is, oh, who's that? In the flank, getting a bit naughty. Hook, 5 in a row. Good job. Nice coverage. TJ staying alive in that situation. Hook really being very mobile on standoff here. Man advantage to the Thieves' chance. RØKKR's now got to defend 2 bomb sites. Ooh, nice shots from Priester there. What will the Thieves do?
The double headshots as well from Priest. I mean, Slasher through a shoulder for a quarter of a second. Gets trapped down to half HP, but you see the idea. TJ trying to just bait for Hook if he can. Priest though making the reads and keeping these players at bay. We've seen this quite a few times, even from the Raven series. You try to push the back alley, see a player's in the back, and just wrap the bomb out. And TJ's already cut his way through Brown. Kenny has got to start thinking about getting that bomb down. 30 seconds on the clock.
It should be good. It's going to go over Standy. Oh, it does land. Nice kill. TJ gets involved in mid. 2 from him. Thieves with another big round. They go up 2-0.
Quick stuff as well. I mean, again, just the fast rotation. Poor Standy. I mean, he's got Hook on one side of the deli. He's got the entirety of the Thieves on the other. And no trophy inside to help him out. So efficient work for Thieves. No overcommitments over towards that back alley. Just a nice little rotation to spot out some information, wrap it back, and really just execute the game plan. 2 rounds in, and again, Hook 5-0. You just have to keep him in the back of your mind. If he starts picking up some more kills, well, again, artillery and crews on this map, pretty devastating. With 2 open bomb sites and Kenny striking for the first blood. That means Thieves 3 for 3.
He's yet to die. He's yet to die. No one seems man enough to the task to bring him down today. 6-0. Flasher. Doing where he can from the back line. TJ's going to go down. Hook. The rebuttal. 7 in a row. Flashes on defuse. The last remaining member of the RØKKR has been gone for a while now, and they're going to give it to Hook. You're going to give him full streaks this early on. This is a scary look, chance. Oh boy. RØKKR starting to bleed out here. 3-0 off the rip.
Hey, the good news for the RØKKR, if they're all dead, they can spectate the opponents and see, oh yeah, Hook does have full streaks. Not that it's complicated. You just pull up the scoreboard and see what he's rocking with, but this has just been sheer and utter dominance in the square up in the middle of the map. Talk about a confident play. You got 3 players on Kenny's screen. He's just hoping they don't shoot back, and well, he hoped correctly. Just a bold strat call coming through, and again, Hook the Nuke, 7 kills to his name, 3 rounds in, double streaked out. You can basically send your entire team as a full commitment to try to plant the bomb. Hook can play a corner in the back of the map and they can win the rounds. Or he can just fly at them and get the kills that way. He got 8 before he finally got dropped, and again, 4 for 4 on first bloods in a 3v2 man advantage for the LA Thieves.
Ooh, he does die though. Unfortunate, but not a bad spot to be in. 3v2 now. LA Thieves with the man advantage is 1 man per site for RØKKR on defense. And Slasher, not an intended line of sight, I don't think, but he's going to make that one work. Priester, a little bit of parkour now to try to get back over towards A, but B-bomb site now in the hands of TJ Haley. And here comes the push. MiDNiTE doing what he can. Not a lot of shots dealt. Kenny and Slasher are going to make quick work of him. And now Priester in a tough spot, trying to make it that little bit softer. As he's pounding his way through the LA Thieves 1 player at a time. And oh my God, Kobe. Oh my God, he went for that one chance. Okay, 1v1, okay. LA Thieves get themselves another round. It's 4-0 so far. Great stuff here on Standoff.
I mean, you see the plays right there from Priesta, and even a little bit earlier on, you saw the attempt from MiDNiTE. It's not like this team isn't capable of making the plays. The biggest issue for them, 4 for 4 for first bloods. The Thieves have been finding every single entry kill. And again, I mean, you got Hook with full streaks who doesn't even care. He's just flying at you because he knows he's going to win the gunfights. I mean, this has been a confident, in my mind, a must-win for Thieves, and doing so in emphatic fashion. First bloods again, this time Hook a little bit slow to the draw, and they get picked apart. The nade may be there to kill attach, but either way, man advantage for the RØKKR, who need to close this round out.
First time we've seen them with a man advantage in, I think, the first time this map, so let's see what they do with it. 105 on the clock. Bomb should be going down towards A. Standy's got himself B-bomb site coverage. Just on the other side of him, Kenny. It's all going to be on Slasher now. The timing here could be great. Kenny with a couple of tags through mid. Priester backs him up immediately. Nice job, Slasher. Last player left alive. And it's going to be Standy with a 74U at range. Finally gets RØKKR on the board.
And there you go. Really just is the battle of the first bloods, right? You see Hook just a little bit off with his aim, or maybe the timing on when the gunfight's coming through bottom brown. He gets killed. TJ falls apart straight after, and is just a comfortable round win. Maybe you're almost to the point where you don't want any craziness to happen, right? You don't have to send Hook as the first man in. You have an artillery and cruise missile at some point. You got to think, you might as well just use them and win the game. One streak to win one round, and, well, you get the job done. But maybe Hook just no fear in his heart. Maybe he'll just sprint the bottom brown once again. Or maybe he'll pull out the Krig 6 and slow the gameplay down.
He can do what he wants, man. He's having a great map so far, 8-2. Eyes on Standy. We definitely saw him cross. Henny throws a peach. Lands damage, no kill. Slasher trying to watch the flank, and here we go. Making it rain. Open skies here. You got two players pinned over there by Grannies, and the curve may come through. Top window. Doesn't find a single person. They manage to hide in the basement. Smart move there. The bomb shelter works out for RØKKR. Any bomb down. Man advantage, LA Thieves. They're holding that advantage thanks to some big kills from Hook. Chance it's looking great here. Putting themselves on map point after this round. Priester's last one up. What do you got, Priester? Not a whole lot as Hook finds kill number 10. LA Thieves, map point. Looking to tie up the series.
And got to give quite a bit of credit to Kenny as well, just to find that first blood, right? He's doing the little hop over spot, gets the information on Standy, and just ends up timing it perfectly. I think the nade connects to do some damage, and I have to imagine it was Kenny jumping over the wall to find the actual kill with the Krig, but opens things up, and then again, just the execution with the cruise. Not like it's super complicated. Force all those players inside, get the bomb down, win the round, and don't take any unnecessary gunfights. And you see the sense of humor coming through from the observers, highlighting MiDNiTE at 0-5.
Love you, pals. Gonna change that. A lot of damage dealt. Standy with the first blood. Here comes the trades. DJ's gonna get one. Priester, nice angle here from top of the store, whatever that building sells. Getting himself into the mix once again, dude. It's insane. That's 0-6, and it's now a 2v2. Priester attached, now working their way through towards the newcomers to the roster. Hook and Slasher. E-bomb site is where Attach is really going in towards now, but again, he's got a player in top brown above him. And that's going to be Slasher by the alleyway. Over towards A we go. Pick of the litter they really had, but oh boy, that's going to be a good call. Artillery's up and about. He's going to call it. You make of that one, Chance. I mean, again, you've got this players to shuffle to move, but Priester, oh, he's found Hook. Now it's on Slasher in a 1v2.
He's got information on at least one player, knows the bomb is at least roaming over towards A. Well, Priester makes a little bit too much noise. And I think for the delicacy of it, Attach knows for sure he's up top. You can hear him coming, but Slasher, with the reads or with the sound, clutches the 1v2 and gets the job done. Clutching up towards the end and maybe snapped just a little bit, wiped out half of the roster from RØKKR towards the end, but nothing too crazy. I had to have heard him coming the entire way. Nice plays to close the game out.
Picks up the sub and says, fine, I'll do it myself. Sorry, friends, I absolutely had to. Now we're tied up 1-1 in the series after that. Great stuff on Standoff there. LA Thieves bouncing back in a great way. Let's have a look now at the stats. And you gotta give it to Hook, man. 11-3. Also very impressed to note the 1,300 damage from Slasher and only 3 kills. But man was setting the squad up for success. Beautiful stuff here. Again, it was the newcomers in the squad coming through clutch there in the final few moments. Search and Destroy looking delightful there on Standoff, Chance. I mean, is that what you expected? Mate, honestly, I didn't think it'd be that dominant, to be honest.
I mean, with a roster that's coming in with like half of the guys being fresh off the bench, I make no predictions, have no expectations. This has to be one of the more difficult series to predict, even for MiDNiTE, like S&D Star going 0-6. Not the easiest calls to make, but hey, if you end up throwing the game just a little bit for the map number 1, a couple setups don't go through, not making use of the kills that TJ was able to find early on, got to make sure you bounce back for the game number 2, and maybe, Miles, maybe you were correct. The game number 5 potentially on the horizon, but we got at least 2 more respawns to go to see if we get there.
I really hope so, mate. I really do. Well, we're going to take a look now at our US Army tactical play. It's going to be round 1. It's going to be Hook. I mean, you could call it our US Army tactical nuke. Who knows, baby? Because he is back, and he was swinging here on Standoff. The first kill goes his way, and he just does that good stuff all round long, man. What a start. The LA Thieves here on Standoff.
And I think it's really just the aggression, right? Like, you're on defense, you're making plays up through elbow. That's how he's finding the first bloods. Then him and TJ decide just to bully out over towards Brown. And now these players just trapped in. You're in between the Hook and Slasher sandwich. And, well, Slasher gets the player one shot, and that is Hook's call. Fly in, get the kills, and oop, piece of candy. There's the second one. Let me get the ace round one. Make things that much easier. Just a phenomenal game number 2 for the Thieves.
Oh, piece of candy. I'll take that one indeed. We are tied up 1-1 here, friends. Going now into our third map of the series. We're playing Garrison Control. We'll see that after this very quick commercial break. Let me know via Twitter what commercial you got. I'd love to know. I want a bit of Dragons, but you might get the World of Warcraft one. You know, the horn one. You know what I'm talking about, friends. We'll see you after the break.
Boy, oh boy, did it feel like we jinxed that or what? You know, we go big in map 1, take the dub. I'm like, yeah, Standoff. So what if we got whooped by Optic on it? It's a new week, new us, baby. It was not. It was much of the same. Just very aggressive plays out of LA Thieves there. We looked lost, I'm not going to lie. But it's not over yet. Hey, we're 1-1. IKON, what'd you gather from the Standoff? And what do you think we'll be able to do in the Garrison Control?
Yeah, we kind of talked about 2 things going into that Standoff S&D. One was your SMGs have to control the middle of the map, bottom brown, that courtyard area. And Huke went like 12-3 or something crazy. So that definitely didn't happen. And then we also talked about how against Optic, Envoy was able to hit us so many times over and over again with those flanks over towards gas station. And I think Attach was trying to do a bit of that. And every time he did, he either pushed up too far, or when he tried to get through gas, he was a little bit too late, and he died on both of those occasions. So I just think it was something where we tried a couple new things, and it just didn't work out. We didn't win those gun battles in the middle of the map, and they were a bit more aggressive. We saw Kenny one round standing right in the middle of that mid-street area, and he killed Priest up top. So sometimes your strategy is not where you want it to be, and sometimes you just get fried by Huke and Kenny, and that's what happened there. But we are on to Garrison Control, and it's starting to become a thing when we see Garrison Control that Standy has just been popping off in the middle of the map. When you talk about strategy, there's not a whole lot to this map. If you're on offense and you win the gun battles in the middle of the map, then you're probably going to be able to get B, and then you can start to work your way towards A, which is the harder point to get. If you're on defense and you win those initial kill waves in the middle of the map, then you can push up and you can set up your spawn trap. And we've seen that a lot as of late. Getting those kills mid-map, being able to set up that spawn trip, and then you end up getting like the quickest control rounds of all time. So we'll see how it goes. But with Huke having a really big S&D there, we'll see if that ends up carrying over to Control, or if Standy is able to bounce back, Attach is able to bounce back, and really put on the pressure in the middle of the map.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen, you know, whether the guys lose map 1 or map 2, they've still been able to take a series and come back confident in the map 3. So I'll look to them to do that. We do have a pretty good Garrison record. LA Thieves does not, but as you say, you know, they have 2 new players and they have freaking Hook, man. So yeah, no telling how this one's gonna go, but I will be looking forward to see if we could just, it sounds so obvious, but really keep control of that middle map section and make sure that if we are in a bind, if you think back to that Control on Garrison where we were up 2-0 on Toronto and we were up in the 3rd round until like the last 45 seconds, and then Toronto just squad wiped us a couple times, you know, that led to us just having, you know, that's a round loss, and then it snowballs. Let's make sure we come out hot, start hot, so there's no snowball action here. So, hey, we'll take the L on the search. Maybe that was LA Thieves' map pick. We don't know, but it's definitely possible that we're still able to win this thing no matter how it went down. So, I don't know, man. I'll be looking for Standy to go big. Not just because his presence in middle map, but tomorrow's his birthday, actually, guys. So don't tell him happy birthday yet, but tomorrow, make sure to tell Standy happy birthday. I think he's turning 20 or 21. I think it's 20. Yeah, I think he's like that. What, I can't remember how old he is, but he's amazing. He's a treasure. So, whew, I don't know, man. I know we didn't really do our predictions at the beginning of the match here, but knowing what we know now, we're kind of back to even. It's even. What's your prediction? Do you think that RØKKR can win out in the respawns, or how do you see it kind of unfolding after the first 2 maps?
Yeah, I'll say based on how that first Hardpoint went, I think that we just have a bit of an edge, at least right now, when it comes to those respawns. I said 3-1 on the podcast on Tuesday. You and Kingdom said 3-2. So we'll see what ends up happening. When it comes to Control Garrison, again, this is a map that they're 1-4 on. I know it's not the same roster, but last couple times we've seen this, we've looked really good. So that should get us to 2-1. And then just based off of how that Garrison Hardpoint went, I would expect the hard point in map 4 on Moscow to be pretty close to the same. But even if it does end up going to a map 5 S&D on Miami, that's an S&D where we've seen a lot of success early in the year. It always stuck with me how aggressive Mike actually ends up playing S&D on that map. So I think it'll be a map that they're not prepared for. They don't really have film on those 4 players on S&D in Miami. So I think I'm going to stick with the 3-1, but if it does go to map 5, again, I still think we'll have an edge there in map 5 too.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I said this kind of while the map 2, the standoff was unfolding there. It's a newer map in the rotation. We clearly are lost on it for now. I don't think it'll always be that way, but when you look at the map 5 S&D there, if it does go to that, feel a lot more confident going to that. It's been one of our stronger S&D maps, and it's a map that, I mean, props to LA Thieves, right? They were playing super aggressive on standoff. That's also how we lost Optic, just their subs being super aggressive, getting in our faces, and we weren't able to reciprocate that energy and get some round wins. Hey, look at Coach repping with Attach's mom. Let's go. You love to see that wholesome content on the timeline. That's so amazing. She must be where the players are playing today, so maybe she'll be able to give Attach some good energy, some good vibes going into the match here. But yeah, I mean, let's not get too far ahead. We're already talking about map 5. I would feel more comfortable on that search for sure. But I guess I also do feel pretty comfortable going into this Garrison. I'm not going to say too comfortable, though, because the last time I was like, yeah, we got this. We got work. So we're just going to lots of knock on wood, no jinx energy. I'm excited to see how this one goes. Chat, place your bets. Who's going to get first blood in this matchup, or in this map? I mean, first round, who's getting the first kill? My money's on Attach.
Yeah, I go Standy.
Standy? I think you think Standy will get there first?
Yeah, he's super aggressive. He owns the middle of the map here in control. I'm feeling it with him.
All right, chat, let us know your thoughts. We will catch you after the Garrison control. Hopefully we can get back ahead in the series. We'll talk to you then.
That repeatedly, and obviously paid attention to the map too. Who is not really struggling in the gunfight department, had himself a feast on standoff, and obviously he's going to be looking to convert that into this Garrison control. But I'd say on the flip side, right, it is fairly standard stuff across the board, but Standy in my mind is just that guy that can completely take over and dominate a game. We'll see if he has a little bit of magic up his sleeve.
We love magic here in the Call of Duty League. I'd also like to say thanks to all the fans who tweeted me during the break about what ad they got. It turns out it was one of the Hearthstone ones, and Brian, you know what I'm doing, Brian?
Oh, no, I do know what you're talking about. I don't want ASMR.
We love teabagging! Woo! Let's get it! MiDNiTE, Kenny, everyone's lighting up the kill feed, doing what they can, 1:10 on the clock, and again, it's been kind of dry so far. We've got LA Thieves on defense here, as RØKKR can I get on that point? LA Thieves pushing the defensive line forward. Slasher going to be the tip of the spear, the edge of the knife. And right now, Priester looking to get in the crack of the ass because he's trying to find that opening chance and he's not able to do it just yet.
Well, if he can't find the opening, he might just make one himself, right? Who just going back and forth, waiting for the timings to go his way, but the teamwork on point. Standy doesn't even get hunted because MiDNiTE there for the protection. TJ, though, he's got the trades, but it is trades all over the map. And Kenny, you talk about an important gunfight for him to win, just to buy his teammates the clearance. It's Priester by himself on the point. He gets dealt with, and for RØKKR, you are back to square one, just trying to get past this front line of Kenny. I don't know what gun he has in his hands because he can do whatever he wants with it. 3 kills right now to his name.
Doesn't look a lot like a creep. Oh, baby, he's still getting kills. Okay, finally comes to an end. I did not expect that last one to come through, and MiDNiTE, Kenny's on a run. The hands are certainly hot coming into control. TJ, nice work on the defense. 15 seconds remaining, and it's on MiDNiTE. Wins one over Kenny. Can he get any more out of this? The stick does not land. Oh, it does. TJ goes down as well, takes 2. That's given Attach a slight window to work with. Can he get on the point, though? And once again, it's Kenny off spawn. Not enough he can do now, and that should be the round. And oh, my word. Things got a little bit spicy there. The LA Thieves open up control in a big way.
That really is just like the play style of Kenny, right? He just, no fear of an ego chow. He just plays like he's better than you. Like he'll treat it like a league play game, or he just never switches up his style for any given situation, right? He's like, no, I'm going to come at you. I'm going to fly. I'm going to take the gunfights and trust myself to win pretty much all of them, which is why when he's on point, he can be an absolute menace. I mean, I think we're to the point of the year where, I mean, I don't know what. There's maybe like 10 contenders, it feels like, in the league for an argument of like best Krig 6. And well, Kenny's certainly in that conversation. Ever since he's picked the gun up, he has been an absolute treat to watch. And well, we'll see off the rip if they can make anything happen. It's the ARs on both sides of the board for the Thieves, trying to lock down the lanes, but it's RØKKR finding all of the actual kills.
RØKKR do the kills. TJ's making it awkward. Oh, this is really awkward. Oh, he stays alive for long enough. TJ, from the depths of Garrison, he now emerges. Looking to make his way towards A as well, and I like this. He might just be able to cut this perfectly. Patch is going to walk past him. A big win from TJ. 7-3 now. You got one player on B. Stanley's going to retain top green control. RØKKR, though. Oh, he and Kenny working in tandem. They clean those players up. It's an open A. They're going to take care of it. B site, though, not as safe. As you can see, the members of RØKKR have managed to steal a couple of kills there, and TJ leaps off the point. Leaves it up to RØKKR now on the defense, looking if he can take these players on, and he's doing it one at a time. They are coming for him. Slasher backing him up, and it's the new kids on the block, capturing the A zone. And here we go, Chance. Second segment is starting to fly by.
And keep in mind, RØKKR's on a 5 spree as well, so if he caps this, I don't know if that's going to be good enough for the artillery, but he is certainly going to be close, and if he gets the kills, it might make it that much easier. Gets a nice little plus 50 for the assist on that player, and he's got the help from TJ up top. The SMG duo for this team running the show. 5 spree for one, 10 kills to the other, but Attach has done his job. He has bought his teammates all the time in the world to swarm this 8 points, so credit where credit is due. But either way, 2 ticks of progress through on A. Meanwhile, Kenny, you see where he's been the last 30 seconds. Trying to work on this progress over towards B. He's found his home and, well, found his demise. RØKKR on the response on defense. Nice little pushback.
Nice pushback. And again, it's Attach doing what he can. 40 seconds remaining. 2 ticks on A complete, 2 segments, 1 on B. He's looking to finish what they started. If they can get it done here, that's massive. Again, they have 1 round advantage on the defense. Attach's run finally comes to an end, and it is Slasher who gets it done. Clock ticking. Chance, they got to make a play. Over towards B they go, and Slasher is trying to win the battle for green. Stanley's got his number. RØKKR, though, bringing the fight up close. See how long he can last here.
And these are massive gunfights to win as well. If you fall well, time starts to get stripped off the clock, and he gets caught standing from the top rope, top green, able to take him down. But it looks like Kenny and DJ enough for the clearance. B almost certainly going to be secure, and you see the problem for RØKKR right now. TJ has actually drawn their attention over towards A, so he helps guarantee the cap over towards B. Or maybe not, because he didn't put enough pressure. It's actually just Slasher by himself on point. And Sandy, the Barrelies can contest, and Priesta can fly in. You try to go for the 2-front attack, and you get picked apart. 10 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like RØKKR might have the ice on defense, as Thieves, in the end, almost hand them the round loss.
Oh, it's a big one to contest. 0.7 on the clock. RØKKR's managed to slip in. Is he able to get any more done? No, the kills come through the pinches there. The AR's unable to get the coverage over him, and we are tied up 1-1. But Chance, big takeaway there for the LA Thieves. They managed to get 4 seconds. That's going to be huge in deciding who gets the defensive round if we have to go the distance here. You know, on Garrison, it can be pretty big, but ooh, nice start so far for both teams.
And I mean, that's the silver lining, sure, but I mean, they genuinely just completely threw that round away, right? I mean, you don't, I sort of like the idea if we go to like the split push over towards A, but like if you're playing up on the boxes, you're just going to get swarmed and you're not buying your teammates enough time. Like TJ either has to be like on the back radar truck to slow things down, or, you know, after you get all the kills, just stack the point on B and make sure you get the guarantee. Like you've done the hard work getting 2 ticks of progress, but I don't know. I suppose we could rant all day. As it stands, a 1-1 tie. We go back to the opening breaks in Minnesota, looking for the opening.
Opening tags from Priester, trying to keep his 4 spree alive. 6 to the 5. Nice shots. The rest of the team now making their way forward, and all finally comes to a close. Slasher, great game awareness, not able to let Priester get away with that one. Streaks can be very, very helpful here on Garrison indeed. A lot of coverage still, but that A zone, wide open space, artillery really makes short work of players there. TJ there on the defense by A, waiting for Attach to make his way through chance, and 50 seconds remaining. And a little slow. RØKKR about to get their toes onto the B zone. Attach is the distraction, if you will, over towards A.
Well, over towards the B zone, RØKKR haven't really put any pressure on the hill, so that has bought enough time for Attach to get hunted top green, but Priester able to pick up the 2-piece. Now you pour the pressure on B, and they got 2 bodies on point, and more importantly, they actually have the split push rolling as well. You're trying to get pressure out towards green just to force Thieves to wrap themselves over towards A. So the setup right now from RØKKR, too clean, and they're going to make sure they secure the B zone before they start working themselves over to the next one.
So fresh and so clean. They've got a lot of mid-map control. Nice pick there from MiDNiTE. To the mini-map now as you see the play develop. Slasher watching the back line. Damage dealt, no kill. Again, looking at that clock. LA Thieves need to let that clock burn out or kill 24 players of the Minnesota RØKKRs. The 24 life count there on the right-hand side of the screen. Luke's looking to find a few more here, but again, RØKKR starting to close in. Ever closer towards that A zone they go. Slasher playing deep defense. TJ bringing the fight to the front line. He's going to find one. MiDNiTE's tight. He's going to get cleaned up. TJ starting to get hot. 16 and 10. Can't quite take care of Standy though. That's going to be the end of the run, but we do have 1 minute remaining. He bought a lot of time for his team there. See one last decent push out of Minnesota RØKKR. Can they find the kills?
We got the setup at the very least, right? You got Kenny tucked away in the back tank. He can spot everything out towards the middle of the map and pick these players apart as they try to cross, or at the very least feed the information. You know, 2 players are in square, and well, the information gets utilized perfectly. Set up too strong from the Thieves. Now they can push up and try to garner themselves a little bit of map control.
A bit more map control. MiDNiTE with that sky tank position is going to be able to find one. He's got a TJ in the middle of the map. That could be the death knell. As soon as those players come forward, they've still got to check that mid tank. TJ's going to find it. Only gets 1 though before being dropped down. Final 20 seconds now as the push for MiDNiTE just to get onto that point and stop the clock. But he's got Hoop to worry about. 2 members now of LA Thieves on defense. Now the final 10. MiDNiTE waiting for the reinforcements to arrive. It's going to be 1 decent push, and here it comes. Stanley's up top. Slasher's going to find the first kill. TJ with an aid, and Slasher once again. He cuts them all down, and that's going to be another round for the LA Thieves.
Clean stuff through and through, man. It is very much, it seemed like the story of this game from the side of the Thieves, and maybe this just goes to show that, right, fairly brand new team, still working out some of the kinks and whatever their setups are going to be, but when the setups are on point, they pick them apart, right? Get the clean 4 down, push up for map control, and make sure the setup over towards the truck just too strong on A. And I would say the only round they lost, they just sort of threw away. Just not quite on the same page, but as soon as they get there and bring it together, obviously we're expecting this team to be a force, but still need to close this out because on the attack we go, and for the flip side for the RØKKR, defense, you got to be confident in your ability to win those and try to force that round 5. And obviously if you're thinking for the RØKKR, enough ticks were pushed past in the last offensive round, you're going to want to win this one fairly dominantly.
Gotta get it done. Stanley's been getting roughed around quite a lot so far in the map, but he's starting to find himself that confidence returning. 10 and 16 overall. A couple of big wins there as he's making his way forward. Again, eyes on the clock. It's about 1 minute remaining. LA Thieves having to make the attack now. They've got to get themselves out of that spawn on the right-hand side of the map. Not an easy thing to do. Attach from this right-hand side lane. We call this side caution. Over towards the green side of the map, though, that top side. That's where the play's now working out. Hoop there on the point. Slowly capturing it himself. Ash caught in a very, very difficult spot. Now over to A we go as well. And once again, it's the Thieves trying to get themselves a play on towards both points. Slasher now alone. He's able to get a single segment. There's the contest. And he's still going. Standy cut those players mid-map. MiDNiTE does kill Slasher on the A zone. So that's going to be stopped now as well. You see the progress there being drained. Good defensive work out of RØKKR chance. Very, very controlled here in the round.
Yeah, Minnesota have been on point, just swarming the site, right? You even saw Kenny trying to jump up in a green to go help out Slasher, but he gets chopped down before he can make it happen. RØKKR on point with making sure there's not too many openings on the map, and well, Hoop looking for his next opening, gets shut down immediately. The vibe for map control, Thieves have been struggling to push up really anywhere on the map. They try to work their way through rails and attaches there, at least to keep Slasher at bay. 10 seconds left on the clock, not a single tick of progress has come through, and the last ditch effort is in. Slasher knows he needs to make the read on top green or check rails. There's so many things they got to watch. Meanwhile, Hook effectively by himself on the point.
Yeah, effectively by himself. Final 5 seconds. Is anyone there to really get on it? And it could happen. It could be Hook once again. Loses the gunfight. RØKKR. They forced the final round. It is once again a last-ditch effort from Hook to just get a toe onto the point, and he does. Standy's final few kills here. This was a nice hold, man. This was it. Literally the last moment. There's a big win there from Standy to secure the round. Now we go, Chance. Round 5. Final round. This is to take the control and to take the lead in this series.
And well, you mentioned the silver lining for the team of Thieves, right? Even the offensive round that they lost, in my mind, they sort of threw away, right? You get enough ticks of progression, 2 on each point, to make sure that you get that defense for round 5. So maybe it pays off towards the end, or maybe Minnesota have something cooked up. Opening breaks mean pretty much everything on this map, and it looks like they're actually waiting for some of these kills to come to them, and Hook delivers the first.
Seeing attached, now try to bounce back. Whoa, shots are there. The damage is dealt. Top green, though, that position that attach is looking at, very, very important. So you eyes on the B zone and lets you cut across the A zone as well. So a real power position. You want to see Minnesota RØKKR get in there if you want to see them find that success. But they're going to do what they can over by the B zone now for the time being. But Slasher on the flank cuts them both down. Now pushing the front line forward. This is the defensive play you wanted out of the LA Thieves. But Standy answers back quickly, and just like that Chance, the foot race is on. Can they get that green control?
Well, they're looking for it, and it looks like the trades are coming through. So Thieves have retained that for now. They have just been bullying out on these flanks. TJ, I mean, maybe a free double kill for him once again, or maybe just the first, or maybe his teammates there to finish it. Hook, the man that's able to actually find the kill, and Kenny wins a nice one just to make sure Minnesota don't get pushed up too far. Looks like MiDNiTE, again, going to be on those cat steps, the finesse spot of all finesse spots. But this is like middle of the map presence, whether it's an SMG or Slasher or whoever it's going to be. Thieves doing a very nice job of just being annoying for anyone that's trying to capture this B zone.
Yeah, B zone, though, 2 segments gone. This is the final one. You've got a couple of players now from RØKKR on it, making it go by very quickly. And we say goodbye to B. Minnesota RØKKR now have to only get themselves towards the A point. That's all they've got to do. There are 19 lives remaining. Now make it 18. Now make it 17 as Kenny finds one more. And Kenny, oh my God, could not find 3 there. That would have been quite the play. 17 lives each. One more zone, minute 15 on the clock. LA Thieves have to defend. I mean, they can get this done, Chance, but it's going to be special.
There's quite a bit of pressure on TJ as well, and he's going to get chopped, right? You're actually having Kenny spawn up in the far corner of the map. The good news is Slasher has just been sitting on this A point the entire time, and Minnesota really trying to force it through the middle of the map, but they're struggling to find some of these gunfight wins. Right now, they got to wait for Attach to come up off spawn, and, well, hope the kills come to them. There's the first, there's the second and third. MiDNiTE found 2. Slasher buys Lonesome.
Oh, he's all alone. Finds 1. Slasher still fighting tooth and nail, not going down without a fight, but that's going to be that. There are 3 members now of RØKKR on the point. First segment gone. TJ, you got to go, man. You have to go. Time is not on your side. Hook now. The pinch from top green coming through. Second segment gone. TJ gets into the fight, finds 1 kill. They managed to secure top green as well. RØKKR, there's the contest from Kenny, and now it's going to be on a Slasher. No, can't get it done. RØKKR in the dying seconds of the game. All it took was 3 players to make the break. Perfect timing. And they steal the map away. They were unable to win those offensive rounds. They could never even get close. And they finally do it, and they smash the series there. Woohoo! We got a game on our hands now, friends. RØKKR take the lead.
And just not making the smart plays, right? Like your one job when you're defending A, especially if you know that Slasher's tucked away over there watching top green.
Holy freaking cow, IKON. I'm too hyped, man. That was so crazy to watch. We watched RØKKR get smoked in the round 1 on offense. That put us in an objective disadvantage when we went to overtime. We saw in the overtime, Thieves had defense. We were both really nervous. But the boys pulled through, man. They were able to work together and flood at the right time. Just, yeah, let me know your thoughts. It seemed like a map we we're maybe gonna lose, and we're just able to clutch up in that key moment, which I think is honestly what this team has been lacking this year. So love to know your thoughts.
Yeah, it comes down to after, if you're on offense, after you get B, what is your push from there? And we saw the second offense, we saw them being just super systematic, just trying to push through P5, try to get into bricks. But the problem is that if you end up dying there, you spawn so far out, they can push up. They can then regain map control in the middle of the map. So then if you fail at that, you have to get a team wipe in the middle of the map. They're coming off spawn. You have to push forward. You have to get another team wipe just to be able to get into that control point. And the second offense, we were able to see them do that. But I thought the last offense, we were able to see that actually work out. I thought the second offense, as soon as they captured B, they should have known that there were 3 dead. If they knew that they were 3 dead, it was a 2v1 on the A point. They waited for their teammates to come up, and then they tried to do that systematic push through bricks. That was maybe a point in time where they could have just hit it. If they end up getting wiped, if they lose the 1v2, you're almost in the same scenario that you would have been in anyways. So I thought maybe that was an opportunity to win that second offense. But either way, down towards the end, if you're trying to hit that flank through mid on offense to get over towards A, you have to get at least a 3 down. You were able to see them do it, get a 3 down. Then you pinch through green, hit the point, and then you had 3 people on. And at that point, the time is ticking. Those ticks are coming off the board. Basically, if you have 3 people on point, all you have to do is win 1 team gunfight. They were able to do that. They got the point. And that was a really big map, because I think going into map 4 on Moscow, I think the way that we've been playing respawns and how fast our SMGs are playing and the aggression they're playing with, I think that that's probably in our favor, even though we're 2-6 on that map. But I just feel like the guys are probably feeling themselves and just feeling like when it comes to respawns, they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think that standoff may have been an anomaly of this series here so far, because the hardpoint looked really good for RØKKR in map 1 on Garrison. The control on Garrison, you could argue that if, you know, a couple things go a different way, LA Thieves is able to pull that map out. But again, to what I said earlier, like, we've always been on the receiving end of, we didn't, you know, if we would have just changed this one rotation or won this one gunfight and we got this positioning, we would have won the map. And it feels good to be on the other side of that. Knock on wood, the series is not over yet. But now we're going into Hardpoint on Moscow, and yeah, we are 2-6, and it's been kind of a brutal map to watch. And I do think it's a good call out that our SMG play needs to be top tier in order to win this map, and especially against a team like LA Thieves. But I'd even argue, like, it seems like anytime that we get superiorly outmatched by another team's ARs on Hardpoint Moscow, that's when we really start running into trouble. So I'll be looking to Priesta and MiDNiTE. They've got some big battles to have with Kenny and Slasher. And I do think that, you know, this is a methodical map, Moscow, and you got to be able to play it right. I do think, like, our record is 2-6, yeah, but 2 of those losses, I think, recently were extremely close losses to Seattle and Optic. So we've, you know, maybe we're, you know, square peg around hole in it a little bit, but maybe we feel like we can maybe turn a corner with this map and start to expand our map pool and just make sure that we're showing up. So, hey, man, I'm excited to see this. You know, worst comes to worst. I hope this doesn't happen, but if it does, we will be going to Miami Search and Destroy. And I think we talked about it earlier. That's a map that we feel a bit more confident on than the Search and Destroy standoff. But hey, for my stress and anxiety level's sake and everyone else is here, let's just try to take this 3-1 maybe, even though that would make my prediction map count incorrect and IKON's correct, and we have a little bit of a battle with some points, and maybe we might even have a championship belt on the line. You know, want the prediction to go my way, but honestly, just for my stress level's sake, let's just try to get it 3-1 here, guys.
Get it over with.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see how it goes, though. I mean, I don't know if LA Thieves, I mean, previously this year, especially when you look at the lineup of Kenny, TJ, and Slasher, it seems like they would tilt kind of easily. Like, if things were going their way, they were fine, but if things weren't, they had a hard time bouncing back. So I think they're all really good players, but I hope that's still the case. I hope we're able to capitalize on that momentum we just caught from the map number 3. So, chat, let's play this game again. Actually, anyone who said Standy or thought Standy was going to get first blood on the Garrison control was correct. Let's see who's going to get the first blood in the middle of the map here on map 4. I'm still going to go with Attach. I got a good feeling that, you know, Mama Attach is in the building where the guys are. Let's see if Attach has got it. Who do you got, Icon, for first blood here?
I'm going to go Priesta over towards bottom street, over towards P4.
Oh, that's very oddly specific. If that happens, you are for sure psychic. I will ask you for the lotto numbers, all that. So, all right. Anyways, guys, enjoy the map number 4. Hopefully we can take this dub. Either way, Icon will be back after the Hardpoint. See you then.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm not going to put myself, this is not for me. Not my wheelhouse, if you will.
Here we go. Thieves. 3-man hit in. We're going to see Hook hit that top side of the map, try to stop that rotation through. And again, that's the play right now. Trying to get right-hand side of the map. And again, spawn on the good side. It wasn't your pick. LA Thieves. Kenny's going to get the final kill there on the point. They're going to clean sweep him. Major Maniac. Oh, he managed to get through. Sneaky Major Maniac. We love that. He's in. If he can hit the backside now, this is all good. But time going the way of the LA Thieves right off the rip here, Chance.
That was potentially a lot of time as well if you don't start picking up some of these kills. But this is one of those moments, right? You're setting yourself for the opportunity to make the big play. Major Maniac, this is his time where he needs to deliver. And, well, he's got the information, got the upper hand, and he has the high ground, makes his moves down low, and hunts down Hook. But unfortunately for Major Maniac, well, he has become the hunted. All of those red arrows turning in his direction, but maybe a small side of victory, right? You buy your teammates clearance to actually get some P1 hill time, but either way, very respectable stuff coming out of the Thieves. You get a nice little lead. You get this set up in the rotation over towards New. This is how they went down, the way the book was written.
Still a decent chunk for the LA Thieves going into the second hardpoint. Slasher still yet to die. As the pressure is on, but the team fire is there. Communication right now for the LA Thieves certainly flowing well. 5 in a row now for Slasher. He finds that clean one. And on the other side of the board, I mean, Hook hasn't got anything yet. Like, he's just dealing damage right now, making sure the squad are up there. But EKIA looks very different. 6 now for Slasher, as the time still goes in favor of LA Thieves. The first 2 hard points treating them very well. Slasher number 7. Streaks now to be had. Here comes number 8. And there it is. Beautiful start. As the Mad Titan sweeps the board once again, and now he's got 2 stones to throw at RØKKR.
And look, you know, if there's been small mistakes potentially been costing the Thieves throughout this series, very difficult to make small mistakes when you got a cruise missile and an artillery. You know what the play call is going to be. Stack the front and call it in, but they might actually have done it a little bit too soon. I think Standy was the one flanking through Eskies just to slow him down a little bit, but job well done. You talk about the cruise coming through. You get the clearance on point. TJ, your only job, don't die. Just lay down forever. And you'll have success on this hill.
Try not to die. We've still got those members of RØKKR fighting from the back while they're still alive. Oh, they're dropping like flies. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Minnesota RØKKR.
Wait, left side hill, chowing.
Also, left side hill. Connector, every connector, go.
I'm going.
One try, can't chow yet. Chow hill,
Connector.
flash. One's right, can someone chow hill with me?
TJ, one
I can't, I'm chowing hill.
Yo, connector. Low belt. Can top us,
Nice, let's go, baby. Come on, we're bringing shit back right here.
He still has an artillery.
Yeah.
They could be deep bank.
They're gonna be new. They may hear it.
Yeah, 100% gonna be
one's
new.
dark for a
second. I don't see him dark.
I'm going deep bank, guys.
Yo, one's bank or bus, I think.
Yo, I'm gonna work mid.
I'm nading pillar.
Yeah, hold,
Flash
guys.
pillar.
I'm holding.
I flash one on point.
Yo, street, Kenny street.
I don't see him
Come
under the
back to
bus.
He's on the backside of the bus.
I'm looking for it. I don't see him.
Backside of the bus.
Yo, bar. Huke is bar.
Yeah, backside bus. So.
You might got killer.
Oh, TJ weak bus.
I'm one shot.
Pitching pillar.
Backside of the bus.
Bus,
Nice.
I'm one shot. Catch out.
I'm
hitting gold.
I'm gonna flash right now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm
Shelby.
close.
One more
Close
close.
and deep street, guys. We need
Here,
hill
gold,
pressure.
I'm
We're
going
gonna
gold,
need hill
yeah,
pressure here.
Deep
Every go to
street. One shot deep street.
I have go window.
Left side,
Help me, Mike,
left side
help
street
me.
weak. Left side
Go
hill.
window on me.
Kenny heal.
Close left
Also
hill,
not street.
hill done.
Nice.
We need help.
Here,
On the
Charles.
pillar weak, and top bus.
Major close. One shot. Plus one
Watch the pillar,
shot.
bust it close left. He's behind the block laying down.
He's on
Behind
top
the
of
block.
us. Austin. Top of us.
One shot behind the block.
And one left.
Yo, one guy's in our hole.
We're gonna have to take routes here too, guys.
Yeah.
Well. Chance, what do we say going into this one? This was going to be a great map for RØKKR, but LA Thieves and Slasher at the helm, 13-3. Good comms though, man. Passion and Attach just keeps getting stuck, dude. That's like the second time this map already.
And you can also just like hear like the pressure that they're under, right? Or even just see it through the gameplay. Attached with kill away from streaks, but feels obligated just to try to get a body on point and make the big plays. But no streaks for him. You still got the artillery, I'm pretty sure, for Slasher. And way more importantly, you got a 140-point lead. Nothing short of dominance here so far. Hook, though, does get caught by Priestahh, who's now also on a 4 spree. It is going to take a whole heck of a lot for Minnesota RØKKR to try to work on this comeback, but get a nice break here, hold for P2, get some streaks, maybe make it happen, or no, maybe get slashered. 14 kills to his name, the perfect break. Major Maniac, the last man standing on the hill, and he is getting swarmed. Thieves right now on Moscow, playing damn near perfectly.
Damn fine in the red. A lot of red on this map. Nades are up and about for Kenny, trying to find some presence here. Stopping the push through streets to goal right now, and Slasher just winning the war on the point time and time again. He has been a force to be reckoned with in that close range position. Kenny runs these streets. 5 in a row for him. That's a nice bit of work. And again, Hardpoint flips open. LA Thieves in full control. You've got Hoop pushing the lines forwards. Kenny once again keeping the streets alive and well. And this is massive work out of the LA Thieves. Dominance where I did not expect it. They're about to break that 200-point threshold. RØKKR barely able to get towards 50.
I mean, this is what Cold War era mapping right now. Slasher and Kenny, they are the Red Scare. It is both of the AR players just lighting up the feed. Slasher's got 17, Kenny's got 15. And maybe you could say Slasher's actually slowed down a little bit. He started out 10-1, but it's not like the team is slowed down at all. A completely dominant win. And again, you see the artillery still in hand. It's the exact same play as last time. Win the P2, build yourself a nice lead. Everybody go stack the front, call in the artillery, and win the round. And maybe Minnesota trying to play around that. You actually have Standy making the late heroic plays just to take away 10 seconds of time and wrapping back to watch the front. Meanwhile, Priestahh's got the entire team next to him. These are going to take their time to set this up. But again, if you got the artillery, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Break through this hill, win the game.
There we go, Slasher. Rain fire! I think he said briefly before, almost dying to Wanda Maximoff. There we go, here comes the strike. Point delivered. Find Standy with it. RØKKR starting to get real. I mean, it's game 5, right? That's all it is right now, friends. Kenny from the front finds one. Cuts them down. It's 20 for the win. It's 20 to see the game 5 now between these two teams. And Kenny continues to find the kills on the front line. Slasher backing him up. And the LA Thieves starting to come together. What an unbelievable scoreline against the more established roster here in the league. LA Thieves, baby, they run Moscow. And we've got ourselves a game 5.
That's all you gotta do. Slasher, I mean, that's really all it is. You made enough jokes about the fine. I'll do it myself. Might as well make it true. I mean, again, just the perfect opening break. The first 2 hills, Slasher goes, what, 6-0, 7-0, something like that before he finally falls. You train into the next hill. If you go into the first 2 hills when you're spawning on good side and you get fully streaked out, I mean, you have to win that game just 100% of the time on Moscow. So, frankly, for Thieves, just a blinder of the map 4. If you talk about momentum, well, they got it. You got the kills, the damage, whatever you want, they delivered. 3,500 damage from Slasher, 23-8. Just to pad the stats just a little bit. Phenomenal KD, phenomenal performance. And all this, though, just to force the game number 5. But if you're thinking about their potential in Surge, well, in the game number 2, it was a fairly dominant 6-1 win.
My. The new LA Thieves looking strong in the series so far.
Man, that's crazy. I just had like a Men in Black flash that made me forget the last 5 minutes of my life. Pretty wild. Oh, I guess we're going to map 5. Yeah, what do you even say about that? I mean, I was going to say, like, yeah, the ARs on our team struggled, so that's probably pretty bad. I feel like everybody just, that was a tough map for us. IKON, do you think this was like LA Thieves' pick? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess who picked what, it's obviously a map that we're not great on, hence the 2-6 record and they're 5-5. So I don't think that would be our pick. We probably picked the Garrison, which we ended up winning, but who knows, that can go either way. But with the start, they got good spawns. They also got good spawns in map 1, which we were able to keep it close. And then in map 1, we were able to take a lead once we went to P3 and P4. But in this one, they just did a nice job getting team wipe inside of P1. You saw at the end of P2, after they already had a massive lead, that Slasher was on an 8 streak. He was able to use those streaks to break through, and they were able to get time inside of P3, and then it basically was contested inside of P4 And then it just happened all over again. The same exact thing. P1 to P2, they controlled. They were able to use their streaks again in P3. And at that point in time, you end up having a 250 to 50 victory or whatever the heck it was. So not the best map 4, but we're off to S&D on Miami, where this is one of our better S&D maps. I mean, I think if you look at the 2 maps that we've played in S&D in this series, this is definitely the one that you feel most comfortable on. The last couple matches, we've seen this map get vetoed. So I think people are aware that we play this pretty well. And it'll all come down to me personally. It all comes down to Priesta and Major Maniac, what they're able to do on the top side of the map, whether or not they're able to get to Sailboat and then get kills at Sailboat and not allow them to advance up the beach on offense. So we'll see what happens. But map 5, I mean, what else could you ask for?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely alluded to it earlier. Like, if it does go to game 5, you know, the standoff was so freaking ugly in map 2. But I think Miami is most definitely a better pick for us. It's one that we've seen success on all year. Knock on wood. You never know. You know, there's been lots of roster movement throughout the season for both these teams. So it's like nothing is cinched up yet. But if I'm having to go into a search game 5, I feel the most confident on this one for the RØKKR guys. So I think, yeah, it's gonna be a team effort. It's gonna be about controlling those choke points and just seeing where we land. I'm nervous and excited. Guys, as a reminder, just to remind the stakes and the hype behind this match, the winner, if we win, okay, we need to win 1 match this weekend to make it to the winner's bracket. We play Atlanta FaZe tomorrow. So you want to get it. You just don't even want to put the pressure on yourself for, you know, the FaZe match tomorrow. If you win, you make it to winner's bracket for the LAN that is next weekend. So this is a huge map. I mean, that's the difference between being able to have 1 L at the major and then, you know, maybe you have a bad day on Thursday and you're out of the tournament. Don't even want to think about that right now, but those are the stakes that we're working with. Will DuPont in the chat says, LA Thieves will be aggressive. We just need to put up the wall. I definitely agree there. I mean, we saw Standoff is definitely a map where you can be a little bit aggressive and it's forgiving in some ways. Miami's not. You need to have very consistent control of choke points like IKON and I mentioned. And it's going to be about who's able to hold the force on the map. So IKON, who's like your player or I guess position from either team to kind of watch to make sure that you know, RØKKR can secure the dub here?
I'm excited to see what Major Maniac does here. In previous S&Ds on Miami, accuracy had always been that player that on defense is sitting back visitors. On offense, he's sitting that top apartments area over towards the beach, and he didn't really get away from that very much. He was basically always in those 2 positions. So now with Mike coming in, he likes to play a little bit more aggressive. I'll be interested to see if he's the AR that's pushing up and being a little bit more aggressive, or if Priesta is still in that position or not. But that's the biggest thing. Every once in a while, he plays S&Ds just in a way that you're not really used to seeing a main AR play. So it'll be interesting to see where he's at around the map and how he's looking to change it up to where it was about a month ago.
I think with that, I'm going to place my first blood bet on Major Maniac. Let's see if he can, you know, get in a cheeky spot and get a pick right off the rip. I don't think I don't know, we'll have to see, but I don't think we're going to just see him sitting in the back of the map, hoping that somebody, you know, walks by and he's able to catch a headshot. I'll be excited to see this. So guys, map 5 winner secures a spot in the winner's bracket for next week's LAN. IKON and I will be back after the search on Miami. We'll see you guys then.
Thieves again, how many reps they have on Miami with this squad? Certainly not more than a few.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. 2-man presence over towards A now. Ooh, Major Maniac gets a single tag into Slasher to back him down. Mid map covered. Aggressive push now in from the LA Thieves towards that B-bomb site. Attached in the back alleyway. It's that lone man watching the position, dealing enough damage just to push the players back, keep them at bay for now. Oh, and TJ slips onto the site. Slips out of the site. And he's now able to come from up high. And this pensive play, this indecision. Oh, is it going to cost LA Thieves? Standy from up high. Yes, the party started. The damage already dealt into Hook. He's going to push him back as well. And a dithering from Thieves. It may have cost him chances. Now a 4v3 bomb down.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest issues, not just the fact that the bomb is down, but it's not like they have trophies yet as well. So I think that's why you got to be hesitant sliding out to the site. Hook, though, opens things up for the 3v3. Slash is able to at least chow out over towards the back alley. And Standy needs to get this kill, but Kenny planted on the other side. And now you actually get the bomb down. If you can actually work your way over towards the docks, maybe you're on point or trade him out. You get the back alley control, and all of a sudden, Priesta for the 1v2 with the bomb down.
Oh my God.
Maybe the timing goes his way and he can catch Slasher, but now he's got the 1v1 against Kenny. And for Kenny, this is what he lives for.
He's just done this so well. It wasn't planted for Docs. Kenny wins the gunfight. Oh my God. It got down to the last man, but LA Thieves managed to come out on top. They dithered. It dragged their feet to get in there on the play, but it worked out in the end. Great teamwork. Good synergy. And again, like the first time we've seen that bomb, I think almost all year, not planted for Doc's side. And you're making it work.
And that really just is the perfect call, right? If he tries to plant on the other side, Standy gets that kill, Minnesota wins that round pretty much 100% of the time, bar some complete absurdity. So honestly, for Kenny, just showing off just a little bit, killed towards the end to make sure he clutches up, and even the bomb plant spot paving off. That is a wonderful first round to get. The no trophy attack over towards B for round 1. They get the job done, and, well, Minnesota spreading the map, looking for some picks and a little bit more pressure over towards A.
More pressure towards A, but still the defenders here as well. TJ. Eyes on towards purple, piano, some players call it. Slash has got mid-map covered. Oh, just the tippity top of Major Maniac's head there, seen on the cross. Oh, TJ, nice reposition. Eyes on Standy, backing out, trying to make the play work out here. Standy still with that bomb in hand, making his way forward, Chanson. I am loving the dance of death, and what a nade. Oh my God, from TJ, onto TJ rather. Standy, first blood goes his way, might be able to get a second hit.
Oh, he's able to back him down at the very least. Now you can get that bomb plant for free, outside of maybe Hook with the perfect flank to find the first, and maybe to kill this player off bomb. The second part not going to come true, but now you're stuck at the beach. Kenny roaming for the kills. They do have the bomb down. That's the good news. Bad news, you're down a man.
Down a man. Priesta, whoa, levels it up. 2v2. Aggression now. Standy's a little hurt. These players are going to make their way forward. Slasher finds a wide angle. Priesta's the last man up now, left in mid. Eyes on Kenny. Big shots, not enough to get it done. Got to try to keep that bomb alive. Slasher brings the fight forward, and no. Priesta tries to hit a melee at that range, sadly. Not enough time to keep the players off of it, and Slasher's going to get the defuse. Thieves will find another round, go up 2-0.
There's a lot of little things that had to go right there for Thieves to make that work, right? Kenny just sliding off top visitors before Standy can get that kill, making it work. But the repositioning from Kenny, him and Slash were able to find a couple kills apiece. And then, of course, the flank from Hook timed perfectly, get the kills in driveway and really open up the round just a little bit more. But nice rounds. Back-to-back for the Thieves. Against RØKKR so far this series, 8-1 in round count. They've certainly had their number.
All we see now on offense, we've seen what? 1B, 1A, a little bit more. Towards A, we feel potentially. Here we go. TJ with bomb. Slash is going to be leading the charge. 2-2 split. Very, very wide defensive net being set now by RØKKR. You can see one player directly on top of the A bomb, one on the B. Two players looking through the mid-map. They're hedging their bets that the play is going to be coming through there. Will Slasher be able to spot these players first and that Krieg to work at range?
And really just no information from either side. I'm pretty sure Priesty was able to get to the boat without being seen. And obviously you talk about the power position of all power positions on this map. Priesta, I mean, whether or not the gunfights even come his way, you see he's actually got an angle to watch the cross potentially. So I don't know if he can see number 2. It looks like the timing doesn't quite go his way. Maybe him and Kenny having the battle, and maybe with that call, Major Maniac needs to debate on whether or not he wants to rat back to help his teammates out, because you can see from Attach's POV, the pressure's here.
Semtex helps him out for a little bit. ZL's sticky lands, forces those players to split up. And he's not going to let go of this angle he's got covered there. Attach is still going to be back there. Standy with a high ground now, or Kenny magnificently. 20 seconds left on the clock. Flash is going to be here as well. Beautiful shots out. Standy, immaculate play. Hugh finds one at the very least. Less than 15. Standy with 3 now. Standy, oh, can't quite get the ace. TJ, though, left alone. Going to be gunned down with ample time. Tons of time to get the defuse. But Standy, oh, baby, he started to get things going. RØKKR, great job as a team to pull this one back. 2-1 now.
I mean, no, I disagree. Not a great job as the team. Great job by Standy. I mean, genuinely just doing it himself, finding the 3 kills. Like, you're working your way over towards the actual bomb site before you ever clear out top piano. And, like, you can see how difficult it is for both of those players, right? I mean, Kenny, when he's coming in at bottom piano, he's got to be worried about getting shot from mid-map. He's got to clear out the steps, and just the perfect angle played by Standy. And then even for Slasher, just a hopeless gunfight for him. Standy just shreds him with the headshot multiplier. So it's a nice bounce back round, and that is the second time where Standy top piano is the major thorn in the Thieves' side. I mean, if you're going to go for the plants on that site, you got to try to clear out top piano first.
I was trying to give love to the whole team, right? I was trying not to make it the Standy show, but it really bloody was. Trophies are marked from Standy now. Really, I did try there, mate. The trophies are marked, and it's going to be Slasher atop his perch here. Tippity top the trash can as he finds some toes, couple of tags, and he is handing it out. Stickers has managed to get the first blood on the Slasher, but man, Slasher really put the work in there. Kenny with the trade. Major MiDNiTE now from up high, not able to land much. The trophy system's come into play, and it is a kill box right now on the inside of the garage. Major MiDNiTE, nice hit and run. DJ making his way forward, knows when to press the advantage, and now it's a 2v1 situation. Major MiDNiTE throwing shoulders. 2 very dangerous submachine gun players on the other side of him, and they're going to have to work this one together if they want to get the kill, and that is exactly what they will do. Thieves take the round, 3-1.
And tough round. Thieves just took the initiative, right? You got players flying through in the garage, just taking it to them. As a 3v4 clutch, very quickly, and a player not concerned about being aggressive. I mean, half-held, sliding out, doing whatever he wants. Again, Kenny plays like he's the best player in the world, and when he's on point, certainly looks like he can be. And on the flip side, you talk about forcing the initiative. I mean, Major MiDNiTE up top has a couple players that he might be able to start shooting like fish in a barrel, but he gets the first, slides away. Meanwhile, his teammates dying one by one. The aggressiveness right now, the key from the Thieves. And, well, if you want to take the bomb to B, where at least the bomb's not going there, you need to clear out top piano. Slasher trying to stay alive towards the middle of the map. That nade looks like it might connect, but maybe a trophy down or maybe just a little off the mark. Slasher stays alive.
There's the good old 2-1-1 split from LA Thieves here on the offense. 2 players now grouped up, making their way in towards A. Kenny with a lot of damage through mid. We're watching the flank, making sure no one tries anything funny. But Kenny's got a lot of work done so far, slowing those players down. But Standy looking to find kill number 6. There it is. Any YYing or not, he was a dead man. Now, with Standy in this position. Oh, Hoog loses the fight. Back alleyway as well. 4v2, the remaining members of the Thieves on the bomb site. Priester on one side of it. And here comes Standy once again. RØKKR. Great round. Everything going their way, and now it's 3-2.
And honestly, just a wonderful round from Standy, right? Just finds it every single time. No, not the teamwork, Miles, from RØKKR. It is the Standy show. No, I'm kidding, but he finds the timing perfectly on the flank, right? Just walking up front piano. You see Kenny through a shoulder just for like a second, and Standy just was perfectly behind cover. COD timing goes his way and finds that opening pick. And, of course, converts that into a round win. Also a nice off-angle play by Major MiDNiTE. Nice to see him get on board. 3 kills to his name, and really, RØKKR just trying to bounce back. Mid-map aggression, though. Thieves, they're just trying to take it to him and take it to him indeed. Slasher, first blood, but he does get traded. Meanwhile, TJ sprinting up the middle of the map. Doesn't do it as finesse-like as Standy. More of a brute force tactic, but they got the job done. And they gave up driveway, so Standy is actually able to get this bomb down. Not an easy clutch to have happen, but you do get the bomb planted. The opportunity for RØKKR to clutch the 2v3, certainly here.
Kenny tucked away in this top office by Visitor Center. Standy, Major MiDNiTE doing what they can now. Defend the bomb. Oh, takes care of business. Oh, Major MiDNiTE. What a tag that last bullet was. 25 on the clock now. You've got yourself TJ pinned. You're about to tie the round up. Oh, Major MiDNiTE at 10. Huh. Major is on deck. And what a round it was for him there.
Look at that awareness, too. Knows he needs to look top Visitor. Like the last time they saw Kenny, predicts the window and just nails him as well. Perfect round, great awareness, and that is the type of S&D prowess we expect from Major MiDNiTE, right? Talk about the bounce back he had after the performance for the game number 2. That is a 2v3 clutch where they delivered. And I will say on the flip side for Thieves, if you spend all that time to get the driveway control and they haven't planted the bomb, keep the driveway control. Don't let them plant the bomb. Much easier way to afford not being clutched. You don't really need to rotate to go for a full flank if they haven't planted the bomb yet. Just kill them. It goes better.
Just kill him. Before my mentions fill up with complications around military formalities, he was on the boat, right? That's why I said on deck. You know what I'm saying? But now that we've resolved that, 3-3. Thieves once again making their way through garage, but will they be able to find it a little quicker? Yep. I mean, they're in. They're committed. Ooh, Stanley's going to get the first blood and the second. Nade's going to be there. A perfect read coming out of RØKKR. Kenny, he is in trouble. Slash is going to try to bring the reinforcements here, but Kenny... Oh, my God. Slick moves. Fancy footwork from Kenny. Stays alive. Now it's a 2v3.
Kenny going for the quick grab as well. You see the setup from RØKKR. After a gunfight like that happens, you just stay posted up and... Well, maybe waiting for Kenny to make some sort of play, but I don't even know what opportunities really have in this clutch unless he just rips someone off a head glitch where Kenny's trying to hunt him down, but Attach is giving him nothing to work with. The next player in Hotel gets out of dodge, but Kenny found the opening, looking for Attach as well, but that's just for the bait for Slasher. Last player half full. Priesta and Kenny, a 1v1 again. 12 seconds on the clock, and Priesta's got him weak, but Kenny hunts him down until he gets gunned. Priesta for the clutch in the end. 3 rounds in a row for the Minnesota RØKKR.
And P-Dog is barking after that one, man. What a huge round. That was unbelievable, man. Priesta just had to go mega. Kenny with the most incredible run there. They just, like, every gunfight he took, seemingly perfect. But Priesta, a kryptonite to Kenny's Superman. Oh, my God. Good search and destroy here, friends. A 1-round advantage to Minnesota RØKKR. All right, Thieves. On defense, what do you do to tie this one up? Because God help me, I want the round 11.
Well, it's not Minnesota. I think this is what their first real push, maybe a heavy commitment over towards this B site. So a look at these gunfights. It's Hook and Slasher playing together over towards B. They have 0 information on the round, and you see MiDNiTE, he's working through piano, so he's going to be good to get top piano control. LAD is giving that one up for free, but they get the first blood. Hook shreds him and stays alive for a brief moment. 23 HP is all Hook needs to stay alive and, well, get the first blood, get out of dodge, and go back to Old Faithful, back of the half wall.
He's out, though. I love this play from Hook. This is so annoying. I've heard him in the comms say, I'm just going to be annoying. I'm going to do it. And he's so good at doing it. Priesta, though, with a quick bomb plant. Planted for dockside. Slasher big tags into Attach. Not able to get the kill. Here comes the push. Thieves, aggressive. Who gets put down? And it's Priesta once again. Massive tags there in a Slasher. TJ now trying to cut through mid. Kenny's got himself hotel coverage, and Priesta now in trouble. TJ's going to be the one to finish him off. 3v2. MiDNiTE springs into action, finds himself one. TJ rebuttals. That's nice work once again. Kenny, now he's got up against Attach. Attach with the heady. Oh, baby, RØKKR. Another good round, and this is it. Series point. 1 more is all they need. We know Mama Attach is happy watching that kind of round. He puts home the work and gets his team 1 round closer to winner's bracket glory.
Looking for that guarantee, and that is 4 rounds in a row. 1 in a handful of different ways. Earlier on is what? Big plays from Standy, a big play from MiDNiTE, and now the teamwork is being exemplified. On top of big plays from Priesta as well. I mean, he just bought his teammates so much time to get in position, but back on the attack we go. Top piano control once again. RØKKR have just owned this building. Maybe trying to play some off angles, but Slasher, you talk about an important first blood to get. Able to catch MiDNiTE in the middle of the map, and, well, the opening they need. Priesta going to be by his lonesome over towards visitors, or at least out towards the beach. Are they actually going to let him get to the boat for free? No. They are not. TJ found the kill.
Yeah. I mean, if he made it to that boat, I was ready to drop her. Wow. In light of Owen Wilson being on our screens again, friends. Oh, wow. Andy, nice shots. Actually, last player left alive. It was a great round from the LA Thieves. 3 mans in middle. 1. 2. Eyes on Kenny. Nice shots. Attach is now... He's going to fight for it, but this is going to be a difficult round. Nice aggression out of the Thieves. Great read. It was TJ, I believe, who hit the dagger there. 5-4. Thieves, 1 round at a time, trying to pull this back.
it's not like it's, you know, insane stuff that round coming out of the Thieves, but we did mention earlier on, all right, Major Maniac, even with an AR, loves to try to make plays up the middle of the map. Slasher, again, certainly a player that does his homework, finds that first pick, and even just good reads from TJ. We know Priesta loves to play on the catamaran.
Oh, yeah.
Fancy word, needlessly so, but, you know, plays on the boat often, so he gets caught. Nice round for Thieves to bounce back, but now it's Minnesota's turn to try to make some magic happen. Towards A they go. This time they're doing it with 3 players, and Major Maniac with the stutter steps. I believe you get there quick enough just to make sure that no one actually goes out to the boat, and RØKKR not wasting too much time. They've got that clearance on the beach. I mean, potentially they're close to getting this bomb down sooner rather than later. They might be able to get this down for free.
Kenny with a quick new position, if he can take care of player by Casper, and that's going to be Major Maniac on boat. It'd be great, but the bomb's going down. Forcing the play. Nice start from Kenny. Or Hooks brings now from the other side of the map. This is big. 4v2. You have numbers. And the circle now closing on the RØKKR players. Priesta now battling for his life. They're forced into a corner. The exodus now will come to an end as they get pushed all the way back to the boat, but it's going to be on Priesta now. Going up against Slasher. The jump shot not quite there. And just like that, friends, you know it's coming. With the defuse coming through, boys and girls, we're going the distance. Ask and you shall receive. Round 11. Let's do it. The fans, will they want chance? Give him the round 11.
Wouldn't have it any other way. I really just want to know who gets defense as well, because I'm trying to think, even on both sides of the board, I don't know what the strat call would be. Maybe this is where you hit the middle of the map on offense, because why not? Just kidding. This is probably not the map to do that on, but to round 11 we go. Again, right now, Minnesota, you get this win, you secure yourself a spot in the winner's bracket, and then you play against FaZe for that top seed. And talk about a turnaround Minnesota would have had to make a jump like that. On the flip side, for the Thieves, need this win to be able to go against Chicago Optic to battle for the winner's bracket. But obviously, if they lose it, they will be starting at the bottom going into the major. Both teams need the win, and this is the first time I've seen the Thieves get that top piano control off the rip. Looks like it's TJ and Hook responsible for up top, as Minnesota on the flip side. I mean, they've spread the map looking for some picks, but that bomb clearly working towards the B side.
The tension is palpable. Oh my word, Attach gets a lot of damage in the kill.
He gave it up.
He gives it. He's dead. Hook's done.
Stay in the corner.
Now it's going to be on TJ. Slasher makes the quick transition across map to make it over there to help out. You've still got Kenny watching that long beach side. Oh my god, the round has just changed so much. Slasher now, a little bit of damage dealt. And he gets to the back alley in time to stop those players crossing towards the bomb. They are playing this so slow. Trophies are up. RØKKR, they do manage to make the cross. Here comes the plant. 25 on the clock. TJ though on the flank. TJ on the flank. Eyes on the first. Damage dealt. Gets the kill. He gets traded out immediately. And now it's a 2v3. Slasher trying to make it even. As he pushes these players back, Priest has managed to get to the heady, and it is all set now. This should be perfect. RØKKR are set to win it here. All Priest has to do is stay alive. He doesn't need to take the fight. He doesn't need to die. Stanley's got his close cover. Major Maniac has the flank. It is perfection out of RØKKR, and that final explosion sets it up. It's all over. RØKKR get it done. They get themselves a position there in the winner's bracket, going into the major on land. And it is a brilliant round of search and destroy. Everything went right. Attaches first blood, position on the bomb, the plant lands. They nail it. For LA Thieves, commiseration. You came so close yet so far. They won't have a chance now to play in winner's bracket. They will be starting in the losers at the upcoming major. But man, what a contest it was. 3-2, final game chance. There it is. Let's see the stats.
And RØKKR, I mean, you know, if they're not teammating in those round 11s on Miami, they're good to go for the clutches. You gotta say, but I mean, just so many rounds on the flip side for the Thieves, whether or not you want to pay attention to the stats or not, but like, Hoop just dying at the end up top for no reason. How many times in the control did someone just slide out and die for no reason? And that's where the break comes through. Even on the Garrison Hardpoint, the same thing. That is what a 2v3 clutch that the RØKKR had, where Major Maniac's picking up pieces. That is Standy opening up the game on a tear from top piano, repeatedly picking up pieces. I mean, Minnesota, again, it's just if these, anytime they made a mistake, they just capitalize. Even the play from TJ towards the end, right? Like, it's almost like he finds the perfect opening, but he gets traded. If instead of going on the flank straight away, if you just get to the Doc's heady and pinch all those players in, the round could pan out so differently, but instead he just ends up falling and leaves Slasher and Kenny just in a hopeless situation. So many little things, the Thieves, if they just make those small adjustments, I think they end up winning that series with ease. Instead, Minnesota done it. They clutched, they secured it, and they will end up in the winner's bracket. And potentially, if you take down FaZe, you get the top spot for the seeding as well. Minnesota making a nice little stage 4 run in the CDL point standings.
Great run so far, 3-1 thus far in the stage on a 3-winning spree still. Amazing though to see how high the ceiling potentially is though for LA Thieves. We'll talk on that in just a moment. But first, friends, it's going to be the scuff play of the game. We're going to give this one to RØKKR because let's face it, friends, they had to have it. Brilliant stuff all round. I mean, this was round 7, and the start, the reads, the readjustments from RØKKR as a team, and Standy's individual performance, it all went right for them here on the showdown of Miami.
I mean, it's quite a few playmakers, right? You had MiDNiTE making big plays, Standy provided as well, and then even Priesta, the man who clutches up towards the end. I'm pretty sure it was this round where he pulls it off as well, but just a crazy situation because Kenny and Slasher, I mean, you talk about the 2v3 they even had towards the end when they're on defense. They're certainly good at making things spicy. They end up turning this into a 1v1, but Priesta just enough with the nade and gets around cover for the final gunfight win. But just a crazy round, man. The teamwork right here from Kenny and Slasher on point. Kenny finds the opening for the pick, baits out attach just to make Slasher can wind in and get those kills, but just too clutch towards the end. And the nade really paying off big effects because Kenny got 4 bullets in before he gets around cover. But Priesta, 2 cracked, 2 on point, and 2 victorious towards the end. Minnesota, they got the job done.
Man, they are feeling good. And you saw MiDNiTE's delayed reaction. He's the guy making sure the bomb got sorted there. But here, the road to the major for Minnesota RØKKR. They may have lost to Optic, but they've taken care of business since then. Their final boss, Atlanta FaZe, before we get towards that.
Let's freaking go, IKON! Winners bracket! It's been a minute since we were sitting up in the winners bracket, and it comes at a perfect time because the stage 4 major will be on LAN. The first LAN event that we've had in, I don't know, like 15 months. It's been such a long LAN drought. We are going back though, baby, and we'll be in winners. Look at the standings. We're right under FaZe. Let's freaking go, baby. Now, we do play FaZe tomorrow.
Yeah, let's get the 1 seed.
Yeah, let's get the 1 seed. Frick it, right? That's it. You never know, man. You literally never know. Who knows?
Yep.
But now, I mean, I got to say about that whole match, we've watched it happen all year with RØKKR. It's always those matches where it's like, man, if like that 1 or 2 gunfights on that rotation went different, or if that one trade would have went our way, or if that one round, like we didn't mess up that one tiny little thing that we would have wanted. This was the match of us fixing those issues. We clutched up in the control. We were able to put our foot on the gas in the hard point, and then in that search, we were up 5-3. We were in very close danger of choking that map and going to losers bracket. We're up 5-3. We end up going to overtime, and we get offense. Not ideal. But the guys were able to just win, have those small victories, those little winning moments throughout the series, and that's what led to the dub. And it feels good to be on the right side of that rather than always being on the, oh man, and we almost had it type of vibe. Yep. So I would love to know your first impressions of the match as a whole. Obviously some worrying maps there with the standoff and the hard point, but we out here, baby. We're going to winners.
Yeah, man, I think one of the biggest problems right now is that the 2 new S&D maps, you have to get decent at one of them, whether it's Express or Standoff. You can't veto them both, especially since Checkmate has pretty much not been a great map. Like, that was the auto veto until we just didn't look great on Express. So the S&Ds, Standoff or Express, one of those 2 you've got to get better at. I feel like Standoff will come anytime you play a map like this. You can go back, you can watch it, you can see where things might not have gone your way. I think it's a lot of the aggression right in the middle of the map. But overall, like you, I thought okay, up 5-3, just win the defense, and that's going to be it. It wasn't until that very last round on offense, it was 5-4, we didn't lose the kill advantage until it went to 5-5. That was the round where we lost that kill advantage, which put us on offense, and that's where things got a little bit iffy. But I like the fact that they hit the bottom of the map. That push over towards A, towards Beach, just really hasn't been going our way. So I like the fact that they just stuck with it, went over towards B, and it was a really big first blood attach on Hugh. He just needed one more bullet with that Krig looking up towards top piano. He was able to get it, which put them in the 4v3. If he wouldn't have been able to get that kill, then we wouldn't have been able to slide across and get bombed down. And then Standy, after he got bombed down, just the ability to still escape, because if he dies after getting bombed down, you're still in a 3v3. So he was able to get bombed down, escape. He was able to work his way back towards attach, and then he just hid in that corner, and he just waited for attach to tell him that they were pushing. They didn't have a choice, right? Kenny and Slasher, they had to clear out that side. If you don't clear out that heady, there's absolutely no way that you can defuse. So Standy just slid off to the side, waited for the Q that they were pushing, popped out. They were able to get the 2-piece and win the round. But after being up 5-3 and then going to 5-5 and realizing you were going to be on offense, it's a little bit, they were able to come through and clutch up.
As a Minnesota sports fan for my entire life, I can tell you that feeling was all too familiar. And I was like, God dang it, man, we had this in the bag, and we've blown it a little bit into overtime here. But I do like, we called it out right away when we saw, oh man, they have offense for the overtime. That, like you said, that push down to is it B or A? I think it's B.
B's on the bottom there.
Yeah, and we'd had success in a round before. And so I was a little nervous, like, okay, like, I wonder if LA Thieves is going to be able to adjust to, how we played that previous offensive win. And the guys just took control. They played together so well. And Miami S&D, we said it, that's a map that rewards together play. So, guys, the interview with Priesta on the CDL stream is coming up. I'm going to kick you guys back over there. We want to hear from Priesta and hear what he has to say. It's a big win against his old team and teammates. So, guys, we will be back right after the interview to break down, what does all this mean, what's going to unfold for the rest of the weekend here. But definitely enjoy the interview with Priesta. I feel like they haven't interviewed Priesta in a hot minute, so I'll be really excited to hear from him.
And you got the 3-2 prediction.
I did get I got the 10 points for the prediction. Let's go. That's a win for me, baby. I'm catching up to you. Are you scared? You can say yes. It's okay.
I got the first prediction right, and you didn't. So
true. Yeah, true.
We're even.
You got a map count, right?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, the rest of the weekend is going to be kind of lit with a couple of these matches. It's going to be kind of crazy, so we'll see.
Agreed.
We'll see, but hey, kick it over to the interview with Priesta. We'll be back.
Priesta from Minnesota RØKKR. Priesta, congratulations, man. What an incredible way to get into the winners bracket. You guys have done it. You can relax. You have a great seeding heading into this major. I just want to know from you and your point of view, what have you learned about your team this stage?
Yeah, I mean, as a team, we've been really starting to click. This is like the first time I actually felt like that probably this season. I know we're still a little off, especially on that Moscow. I mean, we got destroyed. So we still got a lot to work on, but just as a team, we're starting to really like figure it out.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think the figuring out is coming with it, and you guys are still pretty nasty, and you upset a lot of teams on your way doing it, so it's pretty awesome to watch. Now, last match of your stage is going to be against FaZe. How much do you think this series is going to test you and your team?
I mean, the series against FaZe is going to, tell us kind of where we're at as a team. I know me and Mike, obviously being on that team last year, we're going to definitely want to come out hot and win that series. But they're the best team in the game right now, so we got to come out and prove ourselves and prove to everyone else that we can actually do it.
Amazing, and hopefully provide a little bit of intel on the way. Like you said, I do remember your FaZe days, man. So hopefully you can do the dirty work there. Now we obviously return to LAN for the next major, which we're all really excited about. How excited is Minnesota RØKKR though? How are you feeling about getting back to LAN with the boys?
Oh, I mean, everyone's super excited. Everyone wants to play on LAN again, and it's been so long, and I just can't wait to be back on stage with the boys and just competing and going hard and just seeing everyone again.
Love it, man. We cannot wait to watch it. Thank you so much, Priesta, for joining us. Well done. Amazing stuff, and best of luck against FaZe.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There we go. P-Dog. He's come to town. I like this stuff. Amazing. It's great to hear from the guys and seeing how they're.
You guys, in 1 week, less than a week actually, no, in 1 week, we will be watching Call of Duty League back on land, baby. It feels good, man. It feels it was a stressful match. Obviously going OT map 5, not ideal, but we pulled it out and I can't stress enough how important it is to get that upper bracket placing, going into that tournament. And I believe this if we beat FaZe tomorrow, we will get the first seed, which is pretty crazy. That would be real nice. Like, you never freaking know. FaZe is looking on fire lately. They're beating everybody and by a lot, but you never freaking know, man. It could go either way. And now what this match has kind of inadvertently set up is Optic Chicago and LA Thieves on Sunday night will play, and the loser will not make the winner's bracket. So that is going to be a classic match. I hope Hector and Nate shot Jello Wrestle or something on the side. But it's going to be a crazy match, and it just made that matchup even crazier. So we've secured at least second, right? Yeah.
Yep.
We've secured at least second in the group. If we beat FaZe tomorrow, we get first. But hey, it's not over. I mean, hey, how much of a statement would it be to beat FaZe tomorrow? That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be insane, no doubt about it. I think most people agree that Atlanta is the hottest and the best team in the league right now. But the other big picture thing to keep in mind here is now we're only 10 points behind LA Thieves when it comes to the overall standings, and with us starting in winners. And right now, I think my money would be on them starting in losers. We'll see how it ends up shaking out throughout the weekend. But it seems like we're primed over the course of this major to go through and overtake them. And next would be Dallas. I mean, Dallas has a bit of a lead at this point in time, but if you can just go through, get this victory, and then, I mean, the sky's the limit. So just a little bit further, and we'll be right there in sixth. And each and every single one of those positions matter when we're leading up to champs ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a super good point. And I almost forgot about it in all the chaos and hype, but we literally are now within 10 points reach of LA Thieves. It would have been 30 points away if they had won today. And that is a big, big, tough size. So, hey, I mean, we all know Optic Chicago is my second favorite team in the league. So now I've even got extra reason to cheer for Chicago on Sunday. Want them to get into winners, and then want them to help just keep LA Thieves right where they're at on the standings, so that Standy and the RØKKR can go up, baby. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Man, I'd love saying these names, so just let me indulge. Next weekend, Landtatch, Major Laniac, Landsta, Landy. It's going to be crazy here. It's going to be land next weekend, baby. The co-streams will be back, so make sure to tune in for the land co-streams. Icon, unfortunately, you're on vacation next week, so hopefully you'll be able to catch the matches where you can.
Sad.
But I will be missing my co-stream co-host, but that's okay. Hey, it'll still be a party. We'll find a replacement for you, but. Not your replacement. That's kind of messed up to say. It's not your replacement. We're a pinch hitter, a backup.
Hey, pinch hitter. There we go.
Yeah, we need a pinch hitter next weekend for the co-stream. So, I'm so excited. The rest of the weekend. Let's look at the Group B here. Who's Dallas playing? Because Dallas is currently 2-2 in their group. Do you know who they play this weekend?
I do not know off the top of my head.
I don't either, man. I really put you on the spot there as well.
They play Florida.
Oh, that's gonna be a sick match too. Florida's 3-1, and Dallas. Yeah, Dallas literally need to beat Florida to make it. This weekend's pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to trying to make the winners bracket for the land, that is absolutely where you want to be. Can't stress it enough. So, really excited for the rest of the matches. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow to play Atlanta FaZe. We will be on right after the LAG London Royal Ravens game. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe, like, all that stuff. But until then, Icon and I will see you there. And yeah, holy shit, dude. We're going to winners baby.
Bracket. Let's
winners
go.
Bracket, baby. I'm about to go be obnoxious on Twitter. Thank you everyone so much for watching. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.